Where do I want my face cam? Probably here. I don't remember actually. Actually, that might be a terrible idea. We'll see when we get in there. Since I've played this enough, you would think I would have known where the camera should be. I'm at least gonna go ahead and load up. Make sure we're live. Alright. We're good, we live, we're good. Alright. Welcome everyone. Hello. I pressed the wrong button. 1 second, chat. Okay. Okay. Welcome, chat. Hello, and welcome back, or welcome to one of my favorite little MMO, little side games to play. We're doing this just for a little bit of a quick stream tonight for fun. This is just going to be a little chill stream to kind of get in here and show a little bit of off. And then I'll probably be calling it for tonight. I've got to get up early, so we're not going to be doing this for too long. Probably about an hour. I say we do this for about an hour, maybe two, if I really get going. I'm really just going to be showing off the different types of things you can do, all the different crafting recipes that are available, lifestyle, some of the characters you get to meet, and many of the things that, by the way, if you want a good comparison also to show you what we're in for, this game is akin to kind of like a Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, those kinds of games. The only difference in this game, which is why I said Harvest Moon as well, is there's no combat in this game. I'm not saying there should be, and I'm not saying there shouldn't either. I wouldn't mind maybe, since there is an adventurous and mystical side of this game, if there was a lifestyle towards like being an adventurer or something. But otherwise, I'm fine with being a chef, which we'll get to that as well. But this is essentially kind of like a cartoony, more lighthearted kind of simulator, almost life simulator kind of game. You can do different things. And you also have a farm, kind of like the Stardew thing, that you can work on, build up, and plant crops and all kinds of stuff. But welcome to Palia, everyone. Welcome. Let's load in. I am gonna sit and let my house kind of be the background for a little bit, give everyone a chance to join up before we really get in here to show off everything and kind of talk about some things. It might be a little slow every now and then logging in. This is the only thing. It's pretty quick most of the time, by the way, before I say this, as you just saw. But sometimes when there's a lot of people on, and because this is the weekend and um, it's coming up on a holiday and school's apparently getting out late, there's going to be tons of people on the internet. So most likely this game is probably going to chug this weekend. But otherwise, even then, this game is like really stable. And like I said, as you can tell by the art style already, it's kind of like that. I don't want to call it cell shaded because we use that word for everything. Well, kind of like an animated, kind of cartoony style of art that was used, and just the look of it. And for the way this game is, and for this being an MMO and stuff, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, like I said, I do want to say this is not one of those games that. This is not the norm that's on this channel, which is why we're giving a shout out to this. I know not everyone on my channel is probably not gonna totally vibe with this game either, and the reason why that is because I don't normally play casual games on stream, which is what I would call this is more for casual, just enjoyment, just have a game to chill out in and do some stuff if you like simulated style games. Otherwise, most of the time we play, Final Fantasy, Doom, Devil May Cry kind of things, have basically hack and slashes, Dynasty Warriors, um, and many RTSs and stuff like that, like Stellaris or Total War Warhammer. This is not a Vanuam. Now we do simulators. I can't talk tonight. We do partake of the simulator here and there. Like I've done construction simulator on the channel before, farming sim here and there for the fun of it, and of course roadcraft over the last 2 days. But I wanted to kind of give this game a shout out because I just think this game deserves at least some talk. It probably already has a ton of people already out there shouting it out, but I just wanted to give it a little bit as well because I've had nothing but fun, and this game is the game I go to when I don't want to have that insane high octane adrenaline all the time from most of the games that I do like to play, like Doom and stuff. Uh, or fighting games. I play those too, like Tekken and Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom. Let's see, Blaze Blue. Lots of them. Mortal Kombat. But I'm gonna give it a second for everyone to get a chance to join in. I'm gonna sit right here and kind of let this be kind of our background while I wait. And I'm gonna take my face away for a moment, but I can still see chat before we continue. No, I'm streaming. I probably wouldn't have heard it with my headset. What's up? I didn't hear it. Oh, yo, what's up, damn gang? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, damn gang. Uh, But we'll give it a couple more minutes. I hope you're not trying to muscle in on my dish. I mean, yes, absolutely. We are going to be showing that off too, as something that Tam King just said. Much like any Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon game, you can romance the villagers. Meaning you can find someone or someone out there that is to that you're like, all right, I'm tired of living on this farm by myself. And it's like there's all kinds of choices in this game. Especially for like this game isn't that old. It's pretty new. Well, won't say it's new, but it's pretty new in retrospect to a lot of other games that are like it, especially since it's MMO. So the choices in it are quite interesting. So, but as Tam King just said, I'm pretty sure if I had if there was a statistical chart of probably whichever villager in the village is probably dated the most, I'm gonna guess two people. For the ladies, I assume it's Tish. For the lads, I assume it's prob. I have it's back and forth. My brain's like it's either Ashura or it's probably Ref. Maybe Nilo, the farmer's son. He's pretty cool. I think he would have bring tilt some heads, but I'm pretty sure it'd be Ref or Ashura for sure for the guys who were probably chosen the most from anybody, and for the ladies, for the most chosen lady is probably Tish. As I see so many, I have to laugh every time I go in that furniture store because there's usually like 7 other players in there, and I'm like, I also feel bad for Kenyatta, which is we'll show you who all these characters are because I hardly ever see anybody talking to her character. I'm like, what? She was my other choice, which we'll like I said, we'll meet all the village soon. It is hilarious. Oh man. But welcome to Palia. Alright, I'm fixing to come bring my face back here and we'll get going. I think the first thing we'll do is much like if we were doing the tutorial. Sadly, I can't start over. This is account based because this is MMO, and they don't seem to have another way to start another character, from what I can tell. So we're just gonna start with what we have and what I've already done, and I'll treat it like the tutorial. I'm not gonna use a lot of my stuff quite yet. I'm just gonna leave it until we get to that point of the stream to show how it all works. Um, we're gonna start off by introducing the town once we get back in here. Once I get back in here, let's see. Oh yeah, super. Yes, that is very very true. You know who else is underappreciated? I think is Tamala. I think Tamala is very underappreciated. The I actually think she's an alchemist. I went to the north part of Bahari Bay where her house is because I forgot where she lived for a mission. Took me forever to realize she lived in Bahari Bay. Um, which once again will show off all this soon. um, and I went to her house. I'm like, it looked like a witch's house. I was like, well, so you're either an alchemist or you know magic. What did it do? Maybe both. So, which I haven't really got to talk to that character much. I don't know much about their backstory like everybody else so far, but this game also does have a story, which we'll get to as we talk to the people and we see certain hints of things, and I'll elaborate on why they say that. Because humans, let's just say, aren't native to this world anymore, and we're coming out of nowhere because we're being teleported from some unknown place back to reality in front of this shrine that's shaped like a phoenix. Um, and as you find certain things out in codexes, because this is how you tell stories now is Doom codexes. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a poke. Um, is once you start finding codexes in all the secret ruins and stuff, you start to see a backstory that something happened to the humans, but we'll get to that. So the species who controls this world, well, you'll see when we meet him, and then you'll be like, no, he did not. Is that why you like this game, Adnan? Is that what people gonna say? Is like, yes. The answer is yes. But let us get into this. All right, we're back. So, alright, this is my beautiful sanctuary of a home that I've built. It's going to be much larger because I'm obsessed with this game, and by the time I'm done, this place will be a mansion hidden in a dark forest above a city that is long forgotten and is roamed by the dead. It's like, well, that's dark. I don't know. I just like creating like things. Plus, the house or your land here, your plot property here, is the most customizable thing in this game for your character. Like there's even now there is a store. Let me go ahead and talk about this first. Let's do this before we go anywhere else. So let's bring up the actual real store with real money, so we can talk about that part first. Because this is something with free to plays a lot of people get scared of, and I can assure you, you have nothing to worry about in this one because about what I'm about to show you. But so really all that the store really is, which is great because I love it and I'm already gonna get some costumes in here. I do kind of want that chef outfit, but we'll have to see how much money I have next month to see if I can get the founders pack. I am thinking about getting it just to donate to the company and the developer who made this because they deserve it. This game is for what it's trying to be as a life type simulator slash farm sim kind of thing, like Stardew Valley was. They did a good job, especially with it being free to play. It's an MMO type as well. We can have other players helping you, but it's not punching you in the face trying to like make you speed things up or do this. Buy a pass and get blah 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 blah. And I'm like where you can just enjoy getting what you want in the game, but at the same time, when you do feel like it, get some aesthetics, customize your stuff. change stuff like that. So let's go into the shop real quick. Also, this game lets you use costumes on both male and female, however you want. We can literally be the Lord of the Fairies if we wanted to be, if that's what you're so inclined to do. But there are many, many aesthetics. There's a vampire in here. I gotta find it again. But there's astrologist types. This one I like too. Wild Howl. I want that one as well. Um, then there's soothsayers, rune warriors, dapper outfits, make you look like a dapper business like country businessman. House of Omita or Omitia. I don't know how to say it. It's one of the bigger It's the fancier house that the mayor's family comes from of the town. Proper prospector. Couldn't say that right. Shadow stalkers, butterfly, local catch. Um, just very serious sunglasses, extremely. And if you want to, then Naga's blessing. Hello, what's up? What is that? Wow. Let's see, Naga's blessing, running wild. There's all kinds of stuff in here you can go, and there's femme fatale. I want this for a problem is I would have to change my character, which by the way you can do at any time if you really wanted to. I lost where it was. To be fair, oh, there's one of them. I do want this one. It would make me look like an inquisitor. There's so many outfits. I've kind of lost it. Oh, ancient champion's a cool one too. I do like the game night. That one's pretty good. There's just so many for anyone's choice or whatever they want to look like. Just oh, what was that? Ooh, yeah, infiltrator. I like that too. Oh, rogue too. That one's got purple in that one. Let's see. There's also pirates. So many things. But these are just the aesthetics, and that's the beauty of this game. The only thing you're really going to ever spend any real money on is aesthetics. There is no like. There it is. Vampire. There the really only thing you're ever going to really spend in here is aesthetics and just trying to make your character look different. And you're not pressured into doing any of that. You're probably going to do it overall if you play this enough, anyways. After a certain point, just because you're like, well, I just feel like changing my character. Boom, boom. You just happen to have some extra. But the rest of the game itself is stated within a full free to play. The gameplay itself is not hindered back. Some things, which let me go show that right now. I'm gonna start with the stuff that's takes the least amount of time, which is wood. So you'll note on the left side to create certain types of planks, which we'll go over all this more detail later. It takes real life time. 39 seconds, 1 minute, 18 seconds, 19 seconds for ancient wood, which I can't make yet anyways. I have the recipe, but I can't make it. And then for bricks and iron and all that, it's 2 minutes to 5 minutes for most of these. What's the highest? Yeah. For the highest, which is silver bars, because I can't make pallium bars yet. I'm going to be able to soon. Even though I can't get pallium yet. I'm getting ahead of myself in certain things and need to slow down and make other things better that I've realized I've gotten kind of out of hand. Because which I'll show off in a minute. But yeah, sir, the most in here is 5 minutes. And then glass. So for glass, you now okay, there's one of the larger ones, but we'll get to the ones that take the most time, which are the seeds. And those are probably the only things I would say. Those are probably the ones you're gonna leave when you're about to get off, or if you know you're gonna be off on an adventure for like an hour or so, because this game will drain time out of you what you don't realize. Like there's so much to do content wise that you can go and do something else while you're waiting for these, come back and not realize it's actually been that amount of time. And you're like, wow, where'd all those 3 hours go? Or like I did the other day, where'd all those 7 hours go? um, But yeah, 20 minutes on the most on that. Then we go. Then we go like here now. Let's get to the elephants in the room. These guys take the most time. So this is how you get your seeds back. Now you will not have this in the very beginning. I've been a busy, busy bee. I've been unlocking stuff, crafting stuff, upgrading stuff, changing stuff so I can get into a rhythm and a flow from my kitchen because of what I do professionally inside this game. Because this game is, since it's a sim style game, lets you choose different lifestyle like careers that are available, like carpentry, hunting, fishing, farming. Almost couldn't remember my name there for a second, literally for a second. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, farming, and then cooking, and bug catching. If you want to be a bug hunter, if you want to join the divers and go for, I mean, never mind. You just throw in smoke bombs at them. Join the divers. No, but it's like, but every time I say bug hunting, that's all I think about. Or Starship Troopers. The only good bug is a dead bug. But anyways, let's see. I need a pet. Yeah, pets also. Tam King is right as well. In the premium side of things, the only other thing you're probably going to spend premium on, or real money, I should say, for anyone who doesn't know what I mean by premium, um, is pets. If you want a pet, they're not necessary. They can help you and they do things, but they're more just there for convenience and just for if you want one, you want one. But they actually do have a benefit. So you're not just buying it for it to sit by your side and stare at you all day. It actually does things too. So it's pretty nice in that aspect of being rewarded for having one of those as well. Which I forgot to show, you can also buy plots that customize the land that your house sits on. That we're standing on right now in the background. You can customize, like we're just standing in a generic valley with some mountains around it, where we can change it to be like some lagoon or a floating island or something crazy that changes it and makes it look different. I think it does actually change some of the aesthetic and some of the things that are in the natural environment around it in the initial planting and stuff, but I don't think it changes much else. They're still technically the same trees and the same things we have here. It's just they look different, but it's still like ferns and uh, pine trees and birches. Yeah. And see, they're adding quests, a quest next month that gets you. Oh yeah, right. Good. Thank you for reminding me of that too. And for everyone in on the free to play side too, they are adding a quest in soon that is going to be allowing us to get a free pet as just a standard pet to help you out. Which once again showing how good this developer is because no other developer would have done that, especially not for a free to play game. So beautiful on them. I love it. Keep being awesome for the people who made this game. Seriously, it's like this game, Expedition 33, and many other games right now that are making those examples of companies who want the people who are playing these games to not only enjoy their games, but know that you're not gonna, you can't just shoehorn them over. You know, it's so nice to see that. So nice. It's such a good refreshing thing to have games like Palia here and Expedition 33, even though they're two very different games. And of course, Expedition 33 is not free to play, but what it delivers for the price it gives is something not even big boy games today can deliver. And this is free also. Keep that in mind too. This game is free to play, and to me, I'm not saying I don't like Stardew Valley or any of those either. I love those games. But I will admit, I have actually somewhat playing this game than I have on Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon. Meaning I didn't find myself getting to a point where it got kind of droll and just dragging on and just doing the same thing for one little subject or one little objective to be done. Then it's done. There's just enough to do. It's the right amount. It's not too much to overwhelm the player, but it's also enough to make the player not feel like he or she's in a void all of a sudden. Like they're just sitting there just grinding for no reason. It's like, so it's good job. This game is fantastic. So that, like I said, even that being said, this game even beats some other games, in my opinion, that are the same genre for it, like Stardew Valley and all those that are paid for games and they didn't do as good as this game is doing. So, congrats on Palia for doing as good as it is. That's why I wouldn't show it off. Sorry for the late start, by the way, for everyone joining as well. For everyone who gets to make it tonight, or if you get to see this tomorrow while I'm out doing my thing. I got back way later than I thought it was gonna be. By the time we got back, it was already 7:30. I got on YouTube and kind of lost track of time. I talked to Jim for a little bit. Big shout out to him. He's got Roadcraft now, so you'll probably see him join in on the stream here eventually here soon, down the road for some Roadcraft stuff as well, co-op wise. Um, so I completely didn't realize it was almost 9:15 when I got on here. I was like, oh boy. So we're not going to be doing a lot of this. This is mostly just show off the game, give the game a little bit of hype and shout out just for even my small little channel self. Um, and then we'll probably take a break for tonight, and then I will tomorrow when I get back. I'll probably won't be able to stream, and I'll probably be too tired, so I'll probably stream Sunday, which I think Sunday is. I have to check my calendar what date that is. Can't remember if that's the 30th yet and when we're going to be doing that with James or not. But I'll be checking it. Either way, I'm going to play that by ear just in case, but let's get into this. So, last thing I want to say about the seeds. The seeds are what's going to, as you can see, some of these can get up to. Now, these down here, these are late game seeds. You don't get these seeds until some of your people that you're working for the certain lifestyles for are like level 6 or 7. So you will not be seeing these for a good while. It's from here and down when it comes to farming that these are your primary crops. These are the crops that are going to carry you through the game up until the rest of the game, especially if you're involving any farming and your style of gameplay that you're doing for this game. Because once again, you can completely ignore farming. You do not have to farm. You could just say, I don't want to dig crops and plant seeds and water them. I want to just go hit rocks and chop trees down and tomb raid ruins. Well, you can do that. But yeah, there's a ton of choice. But yeah, you can see it gets up to an hour. But once again, or to 2 hours in some cases. Ooh, pumpkins. Once again, though, what the hell? Butterfly beans. I hadn't actually seen that until now. All right, good to know. Haven't seen who gives me that yet. That must be a really high recipe that Bardu gives me. So yeah, most of these you won't see for a while. But even these hour and 40 and 2 hour ones, you'd be surprised if you go off and just go to an adventure, do some of the side quests for the villagers, or just go do some other things like that might be in the lifestyles you're interested in checking out in this game. Once again, this is for anyone who plays these types games anyways. Like make some customizations for your house, which is all your furniture making. That's what the lifestyle for that is. You can sell it, or you can just put it in your house. Because I will say, furniture, it doesn't make a lot of money in the beginning, but because it's the easiest materials to procure from the tier 1 and tier 2 stuff that you can sell, it is one of the easier things to make money in if you don't want to like have to go anywhere except for like to hit some rocks and cut some trees down. At least in the beginning. Eventually, you will need to get into hunting and a little bit of crop growing just so you can get, where is it, this. Because without this, you can't have cloth. And without cloth, you can't do tier 3 and up furniture of some sorts, of some kinds. So you still will need a little bit of everything at some point, but most of it can be ignored to a certain extent until you really need it. So, but yeah, but these ratios, as you can see, except the tomatoes, but that's because you'll see why the tomatoes don't give you a good return ratio. Whereas everything else is 1 carrot, 4 carrot seeds you get back. 1 onion, you get 4 onion seeds back. And if you put like literally, so let's say I put, now of course each one's going to be 18 minutes. Let's say I put 100 carrots in here. That's 100 times 4 of how many carrot seeds I'm going to get back that you will have. You will not run out of carrot seeds if you dump just a buttload in here just at during one of your harvests. You will recover over all of your seeds depending on how big your crop is. It would scale up depending on how big your once again your farming plot is and how much you're dipping into this lifestyle and how much you're focusing on it. If you have a massive one, then eventually you might have to start averaging, maybe I'd say putting 30 in here at a time or more, and then you would make sure. But once again, this would scale up on its own because you'd have more crops that you're getting harvest from. So the farming one's the easiest to get into once you understand it, because it literally cascades into itself once you get the seed collector, which is what this is called, or the seed maker, which is these things. That's why I have two of them, because if you really want to make it expedient, so this is 18 minutes, right? So I can cheat the system and get 8 of these in 18 minutes if I put carrots in here and put carrots in this one. So that's just some tips there. But let's go meet the town. Actually, it's nighttime. We might want to go do a little bit of adventuring first. See, my face is in the way there, so I know the perfect place to put my face, just in case. It's still a pretty peaceful MMO, but sometimes chat can be chat when it comes to MMOs. So let's check our mail. Also, as you do stuff and level stuff up, you will get mail. Just like, once again, this is the Stardew part. Some of these parts, people are gonna go, "Yeah, that's definitely very Stardew Valley." And I'm like, "Yes," which is good. It's a very good game in that aspect. You will get mail from the villagers as you complete missions, or if you give them gifts, they'll always give you something back. They usually show up at your house and give you some sort of wallpaper or decoration for your house or your plot and stuff like that. Like in this case, the mayor, which is that guy right there, Kenley. Don't look at his picture yet, Jack. You haven't met the people of this town yet. You don't know what they are yet. It has nothing to do with it. The irony is, I do love my brain because somehow it does gravitate towards certain things, and I know this now. It's like this is has nothing to do with any pointy ear people at all from any type of Warhammers or anything else. Not at all. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, you will get rewards from the villagers for certain things you do. In this case, he's given us 3 some type of flower that I'm pretty sure I could plant out here and grow. Which I'm going to show you real quick what I've done to my property in order to kind of not only cheat the system to have one of every type of plant, but if I ever wanted to add more and grow a section of the map or whatever to look like a garden, and but artificially created, kind of, you'll see what I mean in a second. So you see how he gave us those. Can these be planted? So these can't. So I'm not sure what these do. These must be an ingredient of some sort. So since they can't be planted, which I'll grab one that can be so I can show you what I mean. Let's put you back. Okay, so I need... Okay, so do I have any extras of anybody? Not really. Oh, wait. No, you're Crystal Lake Lotus. Let's just take one of my ones I know can do it. So that one. We'll go ahead and plant it just so I can use it as an example. Okay, so wherever, let me bring this up real quick. This is your property that you can build on. There's these locked squares. You have to buy these little property rights to unlock them. Now, you only start with these grids right here in the beginning. You have to unlock here and here, which is what I've gotten myself out to. Now, I've done this for a reason, because you'll notice I've dug this out and cut all the trees out and knocked out all the rocks I can knock out. But something unusual is happening to the trees here, if you'll notice. You'll notice, why are these trees hugging each other so closely? Well, partially because I didn't understand spacing. That's all I'll say. When I was putting them down and didn't realize how big the last level tree actually gets when you can control its growth and feed it. Oops. I've created some monsters on here I'll never be able to cut down until I have the max level axe. Oops. But we'll get to that. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, this wasn't here. No, neither of these 3 were. Or that one. This definitely wasn't here. Can you tell this tree is not like these others? Yeah, he wasn't here either. Neither were these. That. These are just decorations. So is that guy. Don't mind him. He's the guardian of the crop. Then there's these. Like you can tell, I've created a crazy place back here. And then this beautiful nightmare of a mess I've created. As you can see, that has a water bar, chat. So as you can see, I can magically water this tree because this is my tree. So is this one? Let's go ahead and water these real quick to show this. So is this one? See, this is small. I could still cut this one down if I didn't want this here, which he's going to end up just crowding into the rest of them because I've been packing them in like sardines. And the reason why I'm doing this is for later purposes. When I finally get to the house building part, when I get time to really build this place into what I want it to be, and when you find which is kind of my, as y'all know, you've watched me play Minecraft. I'm an insane person. So when I see something I can build up and customize and make it into something else, you know what this means. This means I have to turn it into something else that inspires me from something else now. So, like I said, it's going to be a mansion for the Tanuki Police Department. If you get my why I did it that way. And see, I got 2-seaters now. Nice. Tam King's catching up in the game now. Actually, Tam King's ahead of me in story. I haven't done hardly any of my story, as you can tell on the right. We still need to talk to Hassian in the temple, which Tam King's already done that. I'm actually going to do that for the stream to show off the adventuring and story part of this element of this game. Oh yeah, I forgot you were back here. Just how many trees I've planted now. I kind of forgot what they all are. But to show you what I mean by flowers, so do this, do that, and then boom. So any flowers you can get most of those types of flowers from catching bugs. Sometimes when you catch a bug, it'll drop a flower, a seed of one of the types of flowers you can plant in your own property. I'm actually going to leave the farm for now. We're not going to water it or tend to it right now. I'm just going to water all these trees that I'm tending to and growing up into oversized ridiculousness. Also, did find out there is a limit. If you do put a tree, by the way, this is also my tree. If you do put a tree too close to other things, so you see how this bench is right here? So I want to point out, let's go see how wide this trunk is. This tree is the same tree as that tree. You see how far this trunk has to come out at full growth. If you put too much stuff around the tree, you can actually stunt the tree's growth and keep it at a permanent size. So if you even want to decorate a certain size of trees, just put stuff around it and then knock it down. It won't be able to grow past a certain level depending on how far out the objects are from it. This game's insane when it comes to detail and just the amount of stuff it doesn't tell you you actually can do until you start doing it. Not even just the main mechanics. It's pretty nice. All right, so we're not gonna tend to the farm yet. I'm gonna come back and do that. Let's go meet the town. Oh no, it's midnight. Actually, okay, no, I forget. Also, the one other thing, I'm used to going to raiding people's houses and just going in when they're asleep, knocking on their door, like, "Wake up! We need to talk about the mission." Uh, well, because the video game brain. But you know what? We're gonna let them, so I can show how the AI behaves, and it actually has like a kind of a sequence that it goes through and a lifestyle, and that actually has friends and certain characters that now, of course, they're all set in stone, of course, but when it comes to that kind of thing, which is fine by that in that kind of way, there's no reason that's a problem or anything, but um, and show their interactions, how they move around the map. Um, and they do that for a reason because all players have to have access to them. Because once you leave this plot where we are right now, you go into the multiplayer part of this game where other players are going to be. So it's pretty good. So let's do the farming part first then. We are going to actually harvest then because I need to make some money anyways. Um, so we might as well show this off now. So let's open up our lifestyle menu. Talk about that for just a second. So this right here is the lifestyle menu. These are your 8 choices that you can do for now. There's going to be more from what seen and heard things coming from the developers of the game and the announcement I've heard and things I've been following now, and things that Tim King's told me too that he's heard as well. Where they're trying to go with all this, like you were saying, like they're going to be adding a mission to be able to get a free pet for everybody now. So if you don't want to have to buy one, you can at least have a standard pet to help you do certain things because they do. I think they have inventory and stuff. Then you can like send them back and forth almost like a courier. Like let's say you have a bunch of stuff on you and you don't want to go back to the house right now. You want to keep gathering and try to get a mass gathering stint out there to get as much resources for whatever you're trying to do. You can actually put it on your pet in his inventory or hers, um, and have them go back to your plot and put it in your storage if you have enough room. I haven't figured out how to get more storage yet. I've actually finally hit the limit, which is a bit somewhat of a problem right now. I'm actually having to curtail my progress right now and kind of having to stunt a little bit of my gathering just because I finally have reached the limit on my storage. Mostly because I'm obsessive that way. I gather a lot. I'm just that way. I played back in the days where you would sit and like play hours on one level in like a Final Fantasy game just to get to a level that you do not need to be at all for the next three bosses. Like the next three bosses, like only need level 15. I come in there at level 50. It's just that's a me thing. But but I am getting to that way. I haven't seen any way to increase storage yet so far anywhere actually. I'm not sure what that's governed by yet. I'm not sure, so we'll have to figure it out. I'll find out eventually. It's either that or maybe there is a somewhat of a roof, and I need to kind of curtail certain things that I'm not going to be focusing on at some point, which at some point will be mostly mining because I won't need mining at a certain point. Once I have all my tools were maxed out in this game and I have certain things done, I really will have no reason to permanently get high end, what do you call it? High end ores like pallium, silver, and all that. The only thing we'll really need for what I'm doing, which is which is cooking and gardening, is bronze or copper. Like copper and maybe iron at some point. But you can do that with just an iron pickaxe, technically. An iron pickaxe will get you through all of that at the max amount of efficiency possible. So it does seem to be maybe a little bit of like you might want to focus in after a certain point, but I'm not sure yet. I'll know when I can find out if there's going to be any storage upgrades of any kind or something like that. I thought it was maybe tied to property size. Maybe it's tied to the size of the house, but I don't have the money quite yet to upgrade to the house size that we're going to need for the creation I want to go for anyways. So, but these are all the different lifestyles. You got fishing, cooking, gardening, mining, which mining will be your highest no matter what. Don't feel bad if that ends up taking off above everything else, along with foraging, because these two end up really being just like any game that's like this, Stardew Valley or anything. These are the things you're going to be doing even from the beginning of the game because you have to do this just to get started. So these two will always be the highest. These others are interchangeable, especially these four. These four are the most choosed and differentiated between all players online. Because these are probably going to be the ones that people suit into more and can ignore completely the others. Because a lot of these you do not need. Like, this is probably the only one. This one maybe slightly as well, actually, just because there's certain quests that you can get from fishing. Um, uh, This one and this one are probably the only ones I wouldn't fully ignore no matter what, because cooking lets you recover your focus bar, which is that purple bar at the top left, which gives you XP bonuses to everything you do, which you can just make food and eat food like I just did. I mean, some of all ignore the ridiculous amount of ramen in my pockets. I just have a lot of ramen in there. But you can make your own food and then do that, which I'll show off food making and show how easy it is. And once again, all of that's gatherable and within the environment, within the game, nothing extra to it. You can do all this yourself. Because I know when people see these booster things, like food like this, oh, it's got an XP booster bar. Oh, there must be booster. Nope, there's not. Just make the food and cook some food for yourself and eat the food to get it back up. Now, you will need to get at least a stove and upgrade your cooking enough to get your stove so you can make something other than grilled fish and things like that. Because there are certain dishes that don't give you quite a lot of focus. That's why I chose ramen, because ramen is one of the easiest bowls or types of food to make in the choices. It gives you three at a time, and it gives you like 125 focus per bowl you eat, which max focus for me is 400 and what I've upgraded it to. So, but let us harvest. So yeah, so for gardening and all that, and as you level it up, you'll get new crops. You have the seeds you can choose from for the gardening side. For cooking, you'll unlock new recipes and new workstations to cook better dishes on, things like that. So let's harvest our stuff here. We got some cotton because we need more cotton seeds. I need to make sure I have enough. See, we only have 3 cotton seeds. We have 15 cotton. We have 3 cotton seeds. Hmm. Because we need to make cloth. Because, like I said, if you want tier 3 and up furniture, you eventually need cloth quite a lot. Leather's easy for me because of my hunting skills that I have that I use for food, anyways, for cooking. I naturally always have leather. But cloth, since it comes from cotton, is a little bit out there because it's not a food either. So it kind of avoids my what I'm predominantly focusing on. But we're gonna need it because of who I'm choosing to have my character in his little lifestyle story fall in love with. So, and she's a furniture maker. So she's also the most popular person in town. Oh, but let me make sure chat didn't break before we continue. Okay, okay, good, we're good. All right, plenty of carrots. I do think that maybe I want to keep these cottons for making seeds because we got 15. I guess I could put the 15 in there. It's like, do I want the cloth now or the seeds now, right? Probably seeds. Let's see how much our harvest is going to get us, and then we'll go from there. Okay. She's got plenty of corn. The tomatoes sadly didn't crop up, but they're always like that. Hello. I'm streaming still. What's happening? Mm. Yeah, probably. I love it. But let's see. All right, we need to speed this up, chat. We might not have time. We might not have too much time. It's already 10. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. I just wish we had been able to start earlier. We will come back to this game and show more of it at its time, but let me we're gonna I do at least want to introduce the town and do some small things here and there, but we might not get into the story too much. We might not have time. I'll have to save that for its own episode. Uh we got plenty of wheat. I think we want to sell all this. How's my corn though? Oh, we do not have corn. We cannot sell the corn. I need the corn for the tacos. Let's see. So now we're up to 17. So that's reasonable. So that crop couldn't be sold. So that leaves us with just the cotton, the wheat, which we're fine on. Could do better, but we're still fine on. Um, all the tomatoes, potatoes. How's our potatoes? 17 potatoes, but we don't have a lot of seeds though. Okay, there's not that many potatoes, so I think we put them into the seed maker. So this is what you do. Okay, so if you're not going to sell one of your stacks of vegetables or whatever you're growing, cotton, whatever, excuse me, uh, and you don't want to sell it or use it in one of the recipes if it's one of the food ones, just put it in here and boom. So now it would be 7 times 4. There's already 4 being made in the next 1 hour and 24 minutes. And then there'll be 6 more stacks of 4. So it's basically 7 times 4. So that's how many seeds we'll have of potatoes when that's done. That'll also happen in the background. So not only can you go off and do other missions and come back, and come back to this. You can also, it'll also run in the background live time while you're, or live in real time while you're not on the game. So if you want to, if you go off to do something and come back in real life, you can do that too. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, I didn't check. How? No, carrots were good because we have a load of carrot seeds. Let's go sell this to. Oh wait, hold on. If I'm not mistaken, I got a couple extra gems I can sell again. We need to make a lot of money on this, and I need to remember. Yep, 1 extra aquamarine, 1 extra emerald. This is from my mining expos chat. Every time I go out mining, I end up with a couple extra gems of different kinds. And then I already got 2 high quality quartz to give to Tish. So let's take 2 of these. We want to make lots of money on this one. My head hurts a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Ow. Okay. 'Tis good. So much like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, when you want to sell things, you can either go to the villagers directly and sell it to them, or you can put it in your shipping bin right outside your house, just like in most Stardew Valley Harvest Moon games. And after, at a certain time of day, which in this case is 1 minute from now, we need to hurry up. Okay, hold on 1 second, chat. Let me do this so I don't get distracted and accidentally talk for 1 whole minute. This all needs to go in there. So that's the amount of money we're going to get. You see the amount I make now, quite on averagely. It's quite insane. And it's like, it's not quite high enough to get to the mansion levels of stupidity that I want my house to become. But we're getting there. Once I get to max level cooking, that's where I'm going to really do it. Because desserts sell for a metric ton in this game. Like dessert dishes. And since I love cooking, that's why I chose to be a chef in this game. That's going to be my way of. The mansion is going to exist on sugar alone. And chocolate. Because who dare you not use chocolate in dessert? But alright, there we go. Let's see. We good? Alright, got it. Okay. So we're set there. Farming's done. So that's what farming, how farming works. So now I'm going to show you the planting we're going to be doing. I need to go buy another soil plot at some point. You'll notice I have a pepper seed in my inventory I haven't used yet. I found out something strange about this pepper seed. Now, I think it has to be put in first. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I don't have it tilled. To show you, now you have your little tools, and like normal, I have, there's my money. And like normal, I have my tools for, like, you have your pickaxe, your axe, your gardening hoe, your watering can for watering. You have a bow for hunting, and of course a fishing rod for fishing. I mean, that would be obvious. One thing I do love about the copper the copper level of the garden hoe. The iron one's going to be even better, but is that it covers so much ground and it's so easy to just do this. Look how I'm like drawing the side of this giant square. So now we can go right here and just do this. You can tell I've played this game a lot, right? Huh? I've learned efficiencies in certain things that make certain things way easier than they ever were. Like, you can do it this way, too. Like, you just kind of zigzag. Hey, a free stone. That's the most common and normal thing I've ever gotten out of this garden. I don't think I've ever gotten a normal stone. Usually it's a relic, more diamonds, or some sort of other thing that has to do with the story. I've never just gotten a rock. That's the first. Like that. Or a random sticker pack. Like the guard, I do think as you level things up, it gives you more stuff. One cat's meow. And I like that thing. But yeah, there's also stickers and customizations, like emotes and stuff. My brain is. You can tell I'm tired. It's late. All right, let's plant some seeds. So first, I want to see something. Yeah, okay. That's why I couldn't plant it before. Look how many spots that thing takes up. This is why I was waiting for everything to finish. So we're gonna put this bad boy in the center. Because this will be the first of its kind on this farm. I have yet to, whoopsies, to make any of these hot peppers yet. I do love me some peppers in real life, to be fair. But, and hot stuff. But, so that boosts quality, right? I'm pretty sure is what it said. So, we need to grab our seeds. And I need to go over here. And we need to plant them around them. So we need 6 of these. We need, because corn is going to be a huge staple here. We need 6 here. Our onions are still slack as hell, so 6 onions. Cotton is getting its seeds upgraded. Because I have 15 cotton right now. This is the thing. Since this is not a food for me, I'm a chef, I just don't have a reason to plant this yet. At least not fully. Tomatoes are already in the ground. We need 6 wheat. Whoopsies, that's 8 or 7. Back, yo. And then the other major important ingredient, because I'm a Japanese chef, like a chef that makes Japanese food, because I love Japanese food. Rice. 6 rice. And we'll plant any extras from whatever space is not being used. Let's get carrots in the ground. Carrots are the staple. Always plant carrots because they're the quickest and easiest thing to plant. And they're worth decent money. Not great, but decent money. And they pretty much can be used in any vegetable plate as just a mass production. Tomatoes are like that too, even though tomatoes are a fruit, which is, I don't think this game knows that. But that doesn't really matter either way. 2 volts. Oh, this is uneven. This pepper makes this a weird shape. I would need to actually bring it out one more on both sides to make this even. The crop is starting to have issues. We are eventually going to have to move all of this. And I'm not going to water this tree anymore because I'm going to sadly have to chop this one down at some point. We won't have to right now because I think all I would have to do is move the crop 1 square this way and then move it over here by the fence. And then remove the fence entirely and just have the crop be out to here. So that way I could balance it out better and make it wide enough to start suiting things like this. Because I think the ultimate goal, because peppers are insane in this game, is to have something like this. So having one of these at the center of all of my crops will probably be pretty smart. For now, though, this is what we're going to do. Since this is the shape we've been given, we are going to plant it kind of like an old, more traditional style of crop. Okay, corn is down. Let's get the wheat down. Okay. Onions. I actually don't know if I want to do onions this time, even though we need onions. Here's what we'll do. We'll plant 4 onions instead of 6, and we'll plant something else on the other side. Okay, cancel. What do we got in our hand? The rice. Oh, the rice has got to go down. Yeah, this is the problem with this crop now. It's not big enough now. I now have so much stuff that I grow at once. It is not big enough anymore again. All right, that should be a good little crop there. Okay, let's put the rest back. Now, when you first start with your first watering can, you're only gonna. This is the one painful thing about the watering can. In the beginning, you're only gonna be able to water one of these squares at a time. Now, as soon as you get copper, though, you can do this. And then you can just sit here, and you'll get 3, 4 at a time. And if you do this in the right shape, you can basically get all of these. Oops. And if you get one more to the side than the other, you will accidentally get others in the process. But, so leave that. These two, because I did it wrong, came out uneven. But, so now, the way we could do it here, does it work here? It does. Is we can do this. So that does that. And then we go here. This gets all of these. So you can see the copper definitely increases. But this is once again only if you're going to really truly end up caring about doing farming over anything else. Otherwise, you're probably going to be good with just a small crop if you're only growing one type of crop for something specific that your other lifestyle needs. Oops, wrong one. I should be doing it here. And now that those are done, we can literally just cheat the system and just double tap both these tomato plants from the center. And boom. And now the crop is watered. So now that'll grow up in the background while we do other things, just like any other starter type can. Now, once again, I am not watering this tree over here anymore. I probably am going to end up forgetting, sadly. Although, to be fair, hold on, where's a tree like you that's full size? I think my full size one is here. So you come up to the top of my roof. What about you? Do you? You do. So you're basically full size, so it's not going to do me no good to worry about cutting you down. So we're just going to keep watering it until it gives me another seed, plant another tree somewhere else. Alright. Let's see, Relic is remastering the original. What? What? Did you just say? Okay. Interesting. sorry. My brain's just like, it's not even just thinking about just the game. It's thinking about mods too, and that certain mods will end up getting eventually probably changed over to that version as well. Uh huh. Yes. Hopefully, don't get screwed up, but we'll see. I doubt it. Remasters, they tend to kind of. It's the weirdness about some remasters. Not all of them are safe, mind you, but I'm out of water. Darn it. Not all of them are safe, mind you, but usually remasters are pretty safe in the terms of the industry and what's been going on and stuff like that. But that is, aha, that's probably the best news I've heard today. Let's see, no word on PS released yet. Also the original. Also the original Space Marine game remaster is dropping next month on PC and Xbox. That's strange that there's no answer on the PlayStation side. I heard about that. They specifically said they're trying to preserve the original mods. Whoa! Ah! Oh! Oh, my soul! Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Mm. This. Along with some other things I've been hearing lately, and this has nothing to do with gaming and other stuff. God, I can't be happier right now. So much stuff has happened over the last 2 days that is like, holy crud. I'm very excited. I got sidetracked, Chad. Y'all distracted me. Alright, so we showed off tending to the crops and showing how the farming lifestyle works. Let's head into town and meet people. Do what we can in tonight's time. It's already almost 10:30 where I'm at, so like I said, we won't probably get too much time to show off everything tonight. We'll most likely have to what do you call it? Do the rest of this not tomorrow. This coming week if I get any breaks between Doom. Doom and doom 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 and doom doom doom. Plus we gotta start our surprise this coming week. Well, I say surprise. I accidentally, because I was so tired, said what it was last stream. I don't know if anyone even paid attention. Hopefully not. Damn King already knows what it is. In me having, to be fair, I did kind of say wrong what we were gonna do next month, but I ended up accidentally saying what we were changing it to, instead of just saying we were changing it to something else that was supposed to be after that month. But I got the release date wrong again. Because I've just been so distracted lately. Oh, wait. Let's start with the library. I'll be fair. I won't go in the furniture shop first. We'll start with the library first. With Caleri. So let's meet the town. Shall we, chat? Welcome to the new species who is the dominant species on this planet in this universe. I have no bias in this game, I swear. I swear, chat. I swear. You see, let's see. They're just improving graphics, zooming the camera out more, fixing 20-year-old bugs, moving the game from 32 bits to 62 bits. Oh, so they're not going full out. That's kind of sad. I want them to go full out, but make it easier for modders. But at least that does. I do. That is something that is true, though. It will make it easier for modders because the code will be updated, more modernized, easier to work with. So there is that. So meaning certain mods might not break as much. It also means that the mod that I do play, because I do have some weird issues with my campaign that I constantly run into. I somewhat think it's my computer. To be fair, I think it's just my GPU isn't quite understanding however it's being rendered. Because it's always an issue that happens somewhat halfway through my mod for my campaigns. It starts causing a rendering issue with my commander screen where my commander screen starts just completely being black permanently, or showing textures flattened out in 2D across the screen. So if you've ever seen that, it looks actually kind of hilarious. It's the textures you see that are on every character model you see. Even her, like that little mole on her face, unless that's 3D modeled in, that's probably part of the texture pack. Which means if you would take her textures off, she'd just be a gray model. So, um, well, whatever the model color originally was, which was probably, I mean, it could have been purple. I mean, you can make the change the shape colors in most 3D design programs. You know, that's mostly for the designer's choice. You don't have to keep it that way by the final product, but it's just for us to kind of make differentiations and stuff. But that is true. That still makes me very happy though, because I do want that game to run at proper speeds, because it does tank. Like my computer can do one thing I know. It can have it more than a certain amount of units on the screen. If my computer can handle even somewhat Total War Warhammer, then it definitely should handle the amount of units that is happening on Dawn of War. But that's also once again an optimization thing. So it's good to hear that that's what their trigger, or excuse me, their focus is, or the trigger for why they're doing it. But that's what their main focus is. But the reason the remaster is light is to preserve the old mods like unification. That makes sense. I guess that would make, because then they would have to redo their models. That is a good point. Because then the modder would have to make tons and tons of new models in order for the mod to be what it was and the same quality but the same thing. He also might not be able to make, or he or she or they or however many people are in the group, you know, because it could be more than one person. It depends on the mod. Um, what is it? Might would have to redo all of their work, which means they might not have time to do as much and may have to give less to the mod. So I appreciate the them thinking about that when they did it. So that's pretty cool. But let's see. Let's chat with the librarian, shall we? But yeah, welcome to the the Palians, aka not dark elves at all. Technically, they're not. If you really personality wise, they're not. They're way too nice for dark elves. Some of them are a little bit pokey and a little bit rough around the edges, but compared to an actual dark elf, not even close. So, but you can kind of tell why I make that kind of joke. Just because, there once upon a time, we all know all of the original dark elf models that came from a certain place in a certain game before the true dark elves of Warhammer became more popular. We all know that the original, besides D&D, they're the king of the castle, but besides them, the most recognized dark elf character model in all of existence is the Warcraft one, which just kind of reminds me of just a bit. And it's like so, but for good reasons. But it's a good they get a good job with these. Plus, a lot of the characters in here, I will say like they a lot of them do have like your run of the mill kind of Stardew Valley kind of character personalities, but they do a good job with the text and just the general interaction. Since this game isn't supposed to be, it's not supposed to knock a home run in every field, anyways. It's about the gameplay itself, less about the interactions as much. They're more for just the player's choice and for them to get jobs done and to get quests from. So, is there something you need? Chat with Galeri. If you've come for cookbooks, they're to your left. Oh, so at least she knows what I. Ah! So, I also note something that this game does have that I do appreciate is your choices matter. Whatever choices you're making and the things that you're pursuing the most of and getting the most quests to pop up and complete for, I have noticed that the characters actually start seeing you different. Like they actually start interacting with you based on what you're doing. So she knows we're a chef. I'm I'm basically the new chef of the town because I've done multiple chef quests now where I've done better dishes than Ref has. Let's just say it might be a secret consensus to replace Ref as the chef of the village with me. But let's just say, but either way, history books are to your right. Books on magic were destroyed eons ago, so don't even try to find them. She's lying about that. They just don't like to talk about that, which we'll get to that if we get to do the story tonight. If we don't get to talk about the story too much tonight, we'll save that for the next episode when we get time to show more of this. Because I'll try to hold off on it. I'll just keep upgrading my lifestyle stuff and doing side quests instead of doing the main story. We might, if I'm not too tired tomorrow, this actually would be a pretty easy game to do after I do my little awareness thing I've got to do tomorrow. For part of, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure when it ends. It could end mid of the. It's probably going to end towards the midday because I got to get up really early because I got to be there by 9 in the morning. But that's why we're not going to be on here on this game too late either. Just because I got to be ready for bed tonight, so I can get up. Let's see. But yeah, there's a reason why she's so touchy with books on magic. Technically, they are in here. So don't even try to find them.
Remember, I'm always watching.
I'm always watching. But let's go into the furniture store, chat. Welcome to the furniture store. This is the furniture store's owner.
I've got some new stuff in the
Her
shop.
name is Tish. She is also, even though she does not know this yet, our character's future wife. I say it that way on purpose because the way, much like all these games are, the romancing in most of these games are a bit odd. It's like there's very few games that get it right. I mean, it's not like that's something you can put into video game terms. So it's always awkward. That's why I make that joke because it's what it feels like when you romance anyone in a video game. You're just like, here, take all these gifts. Now we have kids. So terrible, but that's just once again though that's not on the game or any other game, Stardew Valley or any game like that, because they're all the same in that aspect. It's just that unless you're gonna make a romance game that's only about romance, because that's the only way you could probably make that work is focusing in on it. But I don't think too many people are gonna play a romance game unless it's on Steam. Anyways. Oh, anyways, let's keep going. Let's see. Heck, who knows? Someone might make a remake mod for the Dawn of War like what? Hold on. A remake mod for Dawn of War like they did for Star Wars Empire War. Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I assume it's like you said, I assume that's why they didn't go too far into changing the game. Because they didn't want to make mods obsolete they have to know unification is the reason why that game continues, right? So that's probably why they did it this way. Because unification is the only reason why anyone plays Dawn of War 1 now. No offense. It added all the other factions we all wanted. Which, to be fair, that's not on the developer's head either. In some cases, they just can't. Or at least they just don't have the approval by like the owners of the product and stuff like this, and many other things that go into it. That's not really here or there, but it is still though a very much truth that unification is Dawn of War. but let's see. Let's chat with Tish. Hold on, my face is in front of the thing. All of these games have so many UIs. I'm always in the way. All right. Well, I already can see what I need to do. How are you doing today? Great. I like your optimism. I don't know if I told you yet, but growing up, I was really sick. My parents didn't think I'd make it this far. Also, even though these personalities are technically set like most characters are in these types of games, I do have to appreciate some of the flavoring text and writing that went into some of these characters, because that's a different thing. You don't usually see that kind of mention of anything more darker or things that are a little more sad that people might face in real life. from a character, and I actually kind of dealt with this. It's ironic because this character I ended up being digitally kind of more ironically better of a character choice than I thought. Like, I always have a somewhat of a hunch in a video game what character I want my character, whether it's male or female or whatever, it doesn't really matter to which character I prefer them personality wise to kind of end up with, romance wise. But this one ended up being, especially since this character is based on me, the this ended up being a lot for multiple reasons, a lot more closer to home than I was expecting. And so, I see, my parents didn't think I'd make it this far. But when you treat every day as a gift, oh, well, I guess the world has a way of giving back. Did she just go to level 3?
Next time, let's talk tables.
Oh,
I
she has a
can't
quest.
wait to show you what I'm working on.
I know this may sound a little. She did go to level 3. I know this may sound a little extreme, but things are so less than optimal today. I'm trying to look on the bright side, but it's just extremely difficult right now. Especially given the fact that I'm so busy with commissions, I don't even have time to rage redecorate like I normally do when I'm feeling a bit miffed. I want to help.
Huh?
Now that you mention it, maybe you can. Why don't you help me with some of my some new pieces? I've got this new set I've been noodling on. Maybe you could take a crack at trying to build me something from it. You got it. I've been working on my skills in the furniture area just for this occasion. It'll be a win-win. I'll get the furniture and I'll get and you'll get to practice your skills. Absolutely. All right. Also, more diamonds. Oh no. Okay. That means she wants the other one. See, here's the thing. I can't carry both on me at all times.
Next time,
So
let's
if she
talk
doesn't
tables.
take quartz or a diamond, because that's her favorite type of diamond is quartz, you can also, just a tip for anyone that prefers Tish as a character in their I gotta go meet everybody else. Oh wait, hold on. Since he came out his shop, let's meet the shop owner next.
Anything fun going on?
I swear, Chad, I'm not biased to this game at all. I might be. But what else was I gonna say? I got sidetracked. You can also give her furniture as gifts and chests, like treasure chests that you find around the map that has stuff in them. She will take those immediately in most cases. So, unification got a new update the other day, adding the Iron Warriors, Custodes, more Guard, more Eldar, Mechanicus. What the hell? Holy crud! Oh god, I sat here too long. If you sit still too long and don't talk to him, then keep talking. By the way, that's one of the pets right there, little dragon. You sit too long and don't talk to the person quick enough, they actually will stop talking to you because because it's an MMO. It's so the character don't get locked in a place where people can't find him as easy.
You
For the
need
other players.
something.
The more you spend, the more you get back. Trust me. This is just how the world works. If you're looking to buy more than just farming junk, come to me after hours and I'll hook you up. What do you buy?
See you around.
Sorry, that's exactly how I feel when I talk to him. Every time. Surprised there wasn't a small reference. There's Nilo. Or Nio.
Welcome
not
to
Nilo.
the village.
Nio.
Nice.
Hey, how's it going? An important part of caring for your animals is giving them daily doses of affection. They tend to produce better for folks they care about them. I believe that too, to be fair, in real life. I feel like animals just have better results like humans do if they live in a better environment. So Nio is the farmer's son. He actually doesn't, at the moment, I know they're planning on changing this before I say this, and they're going to be adding it. He actually doesn't do much in the game right now, other than being one of the romance options. Oh, and by the way, you're being guy or girl. It does not matter. You can romance anybody you want.
Mom
Your
needs my
choice
help.
too. Wanted
Gotta
to say
go.
that too. This game also is good
How
good
are
for
you
that as
settling into
well.
valley life?
Um, but yeah, Nio doesn't, sadly, other than the romance option, doesn't have much to do right now. He's technically the animal husbandry character, meaning if there was animal husbandry in here, there will be. It's just not yet. He would probably be the person you talk to for upgrades and the lifestyle choices and the way that works, which we'll show off when I show a little bit of cooking before we kind of wrap it up, because we'll have to do the adventuring stuff next time. But yeah, he's basically animal
Can't
husbandry,
beat the produce at
or
Dia Family
will
Farm.
be. I'm trying to think who to meet next. Well, let's go into the seamster shop. He also sadly doesn't have much to do. Gel back here. Gel's kind of just chilling because technically his little cash register here, for most people in the game, the cash register, like for Tish, for Ref here, he's the cook. As I said, she's furniture. When you interact with either them or their, like you press square on her, or if you go to her cash register in her shop, you can buy items and furniture and upgrades and things for your furniture making. For Joe here, once again, there's no seamster or clothes making. What is it? That is a seamstress, right? Or a seamster, either way. Or a fashion designer. There we go. That's what it should be called. There's no fashion designer in this game yet either. I imagine there will be at some point. That maybe even Joe will be a leader for one of the lifestyles, and that you'll be able to make clothes if you want to, and things like that. I feel like this game is going to grow pretty high up into the sky. Like if as long as it keeps doing the things that it's doing right, I don't see this game ever failing, and at least not for a long time, if ever. And I see it doing amazing things with its upgrades and changes. Like I said, I love this game. But let's talk to Joe. Just show off each of their personalities. Huh? Oh, wait, I can ask you for the buttons. I guess that makes sense. I never thought about coming to you for the buttons. There's a quest I need buttons for. Do you have any extra buttons? I might. I could do. Could you be a little bit more specific? What type of buttons? The best kind. Seriously, you know the tools I use. The perfect arm are my art, aren't just the interchangeable, right? A brass button gives a garment a completely different feel than a mother of pearl button. Look at me, preaching to an amateur. I suppose if you really don't care, you can take these scraps free of charge. All right, chat with Joe. The fire of the Phoenix Moon has been brighter since the humans emerged. I think that has to mean something. Are you okay?
Oh.
I'm sorry, you seem to have walked in on me on a rather pitiful state. Do you ever find yourself weeping over the beauty of the stars? To be fair, maybe not weeping, but I do admire stars as well, yes. Yes, sir. I wouldn't say weeping, but yes, I do admire the stars. And I also will answer blue. You'll note that I only choose certain colors. My primary color is red, which is fire. Secondary is blue, water, which, as y'all know, makes purple together. And then third is yellow, usually. Usually I go for the yellow choices if blue or red are not an answer. This is to shape my character's personality, and surprisingly, those two colors seem to fit me in real life, at least for a fake video game character version of me. Pretty close. Ah, kindred soul, then you must understand what it's like to know you will never make something that equals their radiant beauty. I don't know if you're giving yourself enough credit, like to anybody who may say that to themselves. You see, I came to this village on the sort of an artistic pilgrimage. For in Palia, there is no such concept as simply being born into greatness. Even those born into artisan families like mine must earn their place. I, I, I almost want to say I could say that there's a certain reality that could maybe learn from that statement just slightly a little. hmm. You know, maybe you do your stuff right. You strive to be better at what you're doing. You'll get better results. Whereas instead you fly by the handle and get thrown into controversy on the internet and steal art. Jell's right. You must take pride in what you do. That's hilarious. Well, that was kind of ironically topical. We didn't intend that. This game does have. I do want to touch on that part of the game as well before we go any further. I do think there's a little bit of realistic topics and topical nature in this game to a certain extent, but it does it in a tasteful way, which is what most games have kind of forgotten. If you are gonna do that kind of stuff, most games kind of forgot how to do. Whereas this game does it pretty well. And I do appreciate that too. That's why, like I said, this game wins in so many aspects. Let's see. Before I can stitch my name, oh no, he's Omaida. Okay, no, it's his family that the Omaidas come from, where we saw that outfit in the store. It's his family. Into my clothing, I must earn the right to do so. I have an idea for a garment that will truly take Bahari by storm. But first I need to find purple shells. Don't I have those? I don't know how many I have, though. I know where to get them, though. Unless they're a different kind of shell, I wonder if it's actually called a purple shell, or if it's just shells, because the shells kind of look purplish pink, naturally in the picture. There's a lot of purple in this game, as you'll notice. I'm not biased at all. Let's see, a look to die for. And sadly, my search thus far has come up short.
Have an inspired rest of
Okay.
your day.
So he needs. Also, how many buttons? Okay. So I got the button that I needed. I need fabric. Hold on. I got a lot of money. Can't I buy fabric off of? I can't remember if it was Tish or
I'm
someone
glad
else.
you
That's
came to
not
the
the right. Decorate my foyer. Square. Is it you? I'm probably just gonna have to make my own fabric. This is also why I'm growing cotton. Okay, no, she doesn't have it.
Next time,
All
let's talk tables.
Alright, she's level 3 now. I actually think I don't know if we should take the chance tonight. I think I want to level up her relationship bar a little bit more. Zeki? Stop using your alien cat powers to levitate across the ground.
Life is
That's a
all
glitch, but
about
still,
balance.
he is not. He actually is an alien, by the way. He's actually not from Earth. He's an alien cat people person that came here on a ship after humans died. So I'm like, great. Of course the cat people showed up after we were gone. Just my luck. You see, unification got it up. No, I read that. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing chat. I do think everybody's going to start falling asleep soon, so we're not going to get much time to do too much. You're still awake. I find I need a little sleep as the dragon sustains me. Nights like this remind me of the story of the Kitsu, who wanted to steal the moon, like Kitsune's. It's long ago, but a cherished favorite. If you're interested, I think the library has a copy of Osher's Fables version. Oh, okay.
Be careful out there.
Like I said, there's actually a lot of lore to this universe. There's just so much to do. So let's meet Esh, aka the mayor's wife, who's really the mayor in my opinion. The mayor, when you meet him, he ain't running this town. Let me just put it that way. He ain't the one running it. This is the mayor.
Done.
Chat with Ish. Make it quick. Lady Kinyara Bahari, Kinley's foul sister, is the Duchess of the Bahari province. Kinley was the rightful Duke of Bahari, but somehow Kinyara managed to snatch the title out from under him. And out from under me as well.
Come speak to me again after you've done.
But yeah, we're basically, let's go meet the two main characters of the game. These two characters are the characters you meet when you first wake up and teleport into this world, which is a scientist girl and her giant robot, Hekla, which was, by the way, not built by this species, built by the ones that may look like more like moi. As we all can imagine, as usual. Of course we built robots. We're building them now. Mm-hmm. How may I tend to your needs? Make sure the fabric you bring me is soft. I wouldn't want the baby, I mean the potato getting hurt. She put the potato in a cloth. This is a robot's way of trying to have her own child.
Conversation has ceased.
Conversation has ceased. Yeah, this is the
When will you
resident
tell me about your
Bigfoot hunter.
underground lair?
Also, you can tell by what she just introduced herself and talking to me. She's like, "When are you going to tell me about your underground lair?" Yes, I know. I am Batman. Do not be disturbed. But I believe we are being watched. Be careful out there tonight. When the moon is like this, the bright fiends are twice as active.
Glad I was of help.
Yes, the Wendigos really are out tonight.
Hi.
Yes? It's getting late. And studies show that we don't do our best when we're sleep deprived. Not that I follow any of those studies' advice, but you should get some rest.
Did I eat
All
today?
right. Did I eat today? I do love their side little voice lines. It is getting late. They're gonna end up heading back to their houses soon. Let's go talk to the. Oh, actually, Ref's already asleep. Ironically enough, so let's at least go talk to him. We'll have to disturb him in his basement so we can. This is the resident chef in the village. This is who I'm learning how to be the new chef. So we're gonna have to head downstairs. Oh, let's meet Ozra while we're here.
How's your day going?
This is Ashura, by the way, chat. This is the one I said earlier about one of the main choices that most likely gets chosen. Hey, friend. You don't have to feel. It's also voiced by Lubu. Listen to it when you hear him talk. I know him too well. I know his voice too well. I can hear him in any game. I can see how humanity went extinct. see, you don't have to feel sorry for Sabine, you know. She's gone past the veil into the dragon's realm. Save your sympathy for those of us left behind. Yeah, this species, I will say, are very active with each other. Unlike us, and once again, this is a very topical, somewhat nature, that this, I think, is tastefully hidden into the top of this game, is showing the togetherness that we sometimes do lack. And there is a natural reason why that is, and there's so much I could go into it talking about that, but that's not what this is for, so that's not really the point of this. But, and I do think as a society, one day, if we don't all vanish all of a sudden into some craziness by something that happens one day, I do think we'll be at this point eventually. Eventually. Just not yet. It's too soon in some cases. I'm not saying we shouldn't try to always be and push togetherness and push certain things, but it's also you can't force certain things either, or they'll just get ignored. And so, Farsu is partially is kind of right on that. So, but plus when you read some of the codexes I found about humanity, that what they were going through before they vanished, yeah, we probably caused that. It's always us. At least in these stories, anyways. The human is the scariest creature, as I've always said. Save your sympathy for those of us left behind. Oh yeah, save your sympathies for those of us left behind.
Try not to work too hard out there.
Try not to work too hard out there. But yeah, he's definitely one of the main choices. Now let's go talk to Ref. I need to check on something in his recipe menu anyways. Wait, what? He's not in here? Wait, he vanished. So we'll have to wait on that. Let's go talk to Kenyatta, the other character I was originally gonna choose before I went with Tish. Plus, I want to save some of the characters for later because I might run out of time to talk to everybody. Since this is lifetime, since the characters move around the map. Also, I'm pretty sure he's going into like some secret like hideout that he has, or some secret like man cave somewhere that he's got built that Ref has probably underneath the bar because he's been disappearing. And it's funny because I got a voice line from him recently because I talk to him all the time and he's the other person that I'm the closest friends with in this game with my character. So it's uncovering more story for his background and his lore. He has mentioned, hey, maybe one day I'll tell you where I go at night and disappear. I'm like, you a keeper of secrets? You secretly out here worshiping the great Slanesh? It's like, but let's meet
Hope you have
Kenyatta.
something
This is the
interesting to say.
the mayor's daughter. Hey, or whatever. She's not very good at like social interactions when it comes to just randomly opening tracks. Which, to be fair, I can kind of hark with that. I'm not great at that either. You would not think that as a YouTuber. I almost said VTuber. I'm not a VTuber. I thought about it one time, being disabled, not to just create a model, but I ended up realizing this helps my confidence. But that being said, you would not think that I have issues like that, but there was once upon a time where I would probably answer most like this, where I was just not really sure. Chat with Kenyatta. If you see a glowing flower, let me know. Those things are great in a healing poultice. I give it to my Riff Rock when she gets indigestion. Riff Rocks are another one of the pets you can get. I think they're a bird-like thing? Or a cow-like thing. I do not remember. The irony is, if you don't choose her, technically I think her natural actual interest is Tayo, the farmer's son. I actually think she's interested in him. Like, just from how all these games are where they technically do have an interest if you don't choose to them for yourself. Because you can. Here's another weird thing this game does do. I will say that's kind of strange, but I get it from a video game perspective. Because there is also a benefit to having their relationships maxed out in some cases. You can technically romance everyone. There is no penalty. Just saying. That's also a choice. But you can go full Slanesh in this village if you really wanted to, which I do appreciate. But also, I'm like, that's such a strange choice. But it also has a benefit because max relationship yields you more quests, yields you them giving you certain items, things like that. So technically, the gameplay wise, there is technically a reason to do it. So, but that being said, much like most Stardew Valley games, whatever characters you don't choose usually do have some sort of side interest that allows the flow of the story to continue if you didn't choose them. In her case, I'm pretty sure it's Tayo. Because he comes out here to this same spot that I've caught him doing around the same time. As if they may be leaving messages here for each other. So I've caught that. Like I said, it's like, I see everything. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, so she's looking for glowing flowers,
Ugh,
which that's
back
probably
to
just
being
sundrop
bored.
lilies and things like that. Maybe the crystal lotus. Now, that's not an actual quest, but if it was, that's probably what it would be. Everyone else is going to sleep. So we've kind of missed out on a few people right now that we'll have to go back to. Let's head back to the house and check something else out now. Kind of got lost. And go this way. Also, before I go, I need to go to this general store and buy something to make sure I have it. Oh, let me show something while we're in here. Let me grab that real quick. No reason, chat. Don't mind what I just bought. I just need to have that ready for the next conversation at some point. Alright. Don't mind that loose book I just pulled out. So this is at the bottom of Zeki's shop. Keep that in mind. This is underneath the cat guy's shop. It's the interplanetary colonization will push our tolerance to its limits, especially when it comes to mutations on foreign planets. Yeah, I agree with that. That would be a very hard thing to deal with. Mutations in anything biological. By the way, have you noticed this underground shop? Zeki runs this is where the actual player market technically is. Like, this is like where all the players come from. These are all players. You can come down here to some of this stuff. Huh? The tower? What is this? Okay, I've never been in here, chat. Hold on. I just discovered something that I didn't know was down here. Zeki hides all kinds of stuff down here, and we'll get to that in a minute. What is this? Is there a... What is this? A bunch of players down here. I feel like I'm not supposed to be down here. The tower. Jump, climb, and scramble your way through the tower obstacles. Your fastest time will be saved, so you can come. Oh, so it's like an obstacle course for people to compete each other against. That's cool. Take your time jumping and sprinting. Sprinting is dangerous. Take your time jumping and sprinting is dangerous. The tower is intended to be one of great challenge in Palia. Competing for the best time will not be for everyone. I mean, how long is it? Yeah, we ain't doing that. Whoa, not right now. It's literally, oh no. You know what this is? Oh wow, so you even have that, Palia. Good on you. Wow. We're not doing that right now, but that's cool. Let's see, is this like, welcome to the tower, intrepid human. Do you have what it takes to reach the top? Many trials have been devised for your gaming enjoyment. Some will rise, many will fall. If you love a challenge, then there will be much fun to be had. Or else my mission will have failed. Good luck, S6, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. Oh, so it's getting it over. It's getting over it, Palia style. And then everybody comes in here. So this is the true competitive side of this game. We're not going to do it yet. We're going to save that. So there's even a bit of a hardcore part of this game secretly underneath it all, if you're really interested in trying to do that kind of thing. That's a good time passer. If you don't have nothing else to do and you're just trying to wait. Also, people can come up and set shops up down here and stuff like that. So if you're looking to try to like buy stuff, there's also games to be played, which are, where are they? There's like I haven't tried it yet, but there's like a card game type game you can play. I don't know how this plays yet. I don't even know how you truly start like setting it up. Also, oh, this is where you go. You work down here? I found you. There must be an entrance from the tavern. Interesting. Interesting. He has an entrance from the tavern we don't know about. I wonder where it is. So Ref is from here. See, people born on low gravity planets being unnaturally tall, people being born on high gravity planets being dwarves. Yeah. There's a lot to contend with other planets when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's just naturally, like, makes sense. Oh, we can also play the arcade games down here. You can spin the wheel. We're not going to do this quite yet. It's got like a kind of like a RNG kind of risk and reward loot box kind of thing. There's also a place to just infinitely fish down here as well if you want to fish down here. This place has all kinds of stuff. And then, of course, this is Zeki's main shop. He's not here right now. I don't know where he went. He actually might have went to sleep by now. It's almost 6 a.m. He only comes down here at 9 from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., something like that, in the game, inside the game. Also, I do want to point out this is Earth, by the way. What we're on is Earth in this game. It's just like I said, humans went through a catastrophe of something, having to do what's called flow, which, by the way, that sound familiar. It's an energy source, by the way. Who knows? Maybe they happen to have some energy catastrophe that summoned these creatures from another dimension. Then this guy in battle armor showed up. You know, those kinds of things. It's like, and then the humans vanished, and then then everything else went back to peace. The dark elf species. Oh, we can meet the blacksmith. This is seafood.
I've got the best metal you'll find.
How's life treating you? I'm really happy to see you've taken an interest in smithing. I would make you my apprentice over Haskell. But you know, nepotism always wins.
Come
And to
back
be fair, I'm
again
not trying to
soon.
be a blacksmith in this universe anyways. But thank you for the offer, though. So we have a potato, and actually we might be able to finally finish this. I think we're going to finish this quest on stream so we can show quest completion as well. The one where I've got to have a potato and a fabric. I'm pretty sure I have enough fabric already made. I don't think I used it all up. And we only need like 1 or 2. And we'll finish that quest off on stream. We'll go ahead and water our garden while we're here because it's probably reset by now and gone to its next stage. Although I have a lot of water retention, so maybe not. Nope, not yet. Well, we did get some mail. Zeki found herself getting closer to someone. Ha! Yes, you exposing me, Catman. You exposing me. So that means she's eligible. So then we might want to do that on stream. I'll wait till the next day in game. It's already 6 a.m. Let's go finish this quest and then head over back to the town. So, found yourself getting closer to someone? Stumped on how to seal the deal and take the final step? Come on down to Zeki's and get yourself some chocolates. No one can resist heart-shaped chocolates. Guaranteed. Satisfaction not guaranteed. Okay. Alright, well, I guess they also send you a message anyways. Dear Jared, hi. For reasons that are totally unrelated to your romantic life, just wanted to let you know that I have some special furniture recipes that are in stock at my store. They're wedding themed. And I thought maybe you might be kind of interested in them. For no reason at all. Why don't you come check them out if you haven't already? But no pressure. Oh, not at all. No reason at all, huh? Well, at least we know. So, okay, that tells me 3 is the number we were waiting on. So let's do the quest and head back to town. Let me grab a potato and some cloth for the other mission. Hopefully I have some. Or I'm gonna end up having to make some and come back to this. Kind of forgot what cloth is under. Blur? Cloth. I may not have any, although I don't see my leather either, so... Where is it? Here? It's gotta be in here then. Uh-oh, then I might not have any cloth. No! Then we can't complete the quest as easily. Alright, then I know what to do real quick. Hold on one second. How many we need? We just need 1. We just need 1. It'll take 8 minutes. I'm pretty sure we have 8 minutes, right, Jet? We'll make... Oops. Takes 2. It's 2-to-1 ratio. That ain't great. But we'll just make the 1. We only need the 1. Oh, it actually changes from the leather. it actually shows that it's using that to make it. And see, I guarantee we will f up somehow with how we treat these other groups of people. I mean, I partially agree with that. I think at some point we will get past some of that stuff, but I agree wholeheartedly right now, yes. If we can't even, without stabbing each other in the back, without like trying to create drama, do this and do that, until we learn how to get past that and learn how to talk to each other on even terms and not pretend that one person's plight is above another person's plight, this is for anything. I do think we're gonna have a hard time for any of that because we barely can do that with other humans. So I do agree with that statement mostly. I think there is a capability there, but I do think that right now, if it were to happen tomorrow, we'd have huge issues. Like we'd have huge, like we already have issues with that kind of stuff. Once again, with our own, so you can imagine. Which while we're doing that, I want to show you cooking. I can cook for you guys while we do that. I need to cook anyways to level up my cooking almost. Let's see, what am I at? Oh, we're at level 5, so it's not going to level up anytime soon, but I can show you all how it works. Let's do one of our more complicated dishes to show you. So you're about to see something insane. So this game, y'all seen me play Chef Life on this channel, if you remember correctly. That Chef Simulator game that we played that was really detailed and had all those cool mini games that you did to cook your food in. This is a mini version of that game on the cooking side of the lifestyle, which is why I'm like, you can tell this game wasn't just wanting you to do one thing. It wanted you to have fun no matter what you chose to do. So this always gives you a little bit of flavor. So we're going to do a Quindu Chapa. Chapa patties and mushroom gravy served with roast. By the way, this is like fox meat, basically. This is kitsune, essentially. With roast potatoes, invented by a wealthy Equindu chef, and loved by fancy people worldwide. It's also 250 focus points back, and you have to cook it within 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Otherwise, it will ruin your head. And you will lose this and will lose lots of ingredients. It's actually not that much. It's 1 per ingredient. You just have to make sure you have each. And as you can see, I'm pretty stocked on most things since I am the chef of the town. So, let us do this. Okay, so let's do the baking first. Roasted potatoes. Oh no, I don't have the roasted potatoes. Why are you not? Why is the flip side not showing that I need to flip? Where's the chopped potato? Let's do that first. Hold on, let's put the... We gotta wait till that gets a little closer to the end. Roasted potatoes in there. Flip. Collect. Time to chop more chopping. Nope, doesn't mean they're flipped yet. I need to check it though after this one. Chop garlic. Okay, it's still not, it doesn't need to be flipped yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Chop spice sprouts. And now we add ingredients. Add ingredient, add ingredient, add ingredient. Now we flip again. Yeah. And boom, we made some Aquindu Chapa. But you see how much went into that? Like, for a game that's also just as much about mining, chopping down trees, collecting stuff in the wild, farming, adventuring, fishing is a choice, furniture making is a choice. To show you how much detail is in this game, like it's pretty cool. I like that they did it that way. Also, we can make tacos. We'll just make some of those. We've got just enough fish right now to make tacos. Yeah, see, you do have, yeah, you have to have both. So you go over here, which is kind of weird in my opinion. I get why they did it that way, but you have to have 2 prep stations if you have something that only uses the prep station. Which screwed it up. I didn't know that. I'm not used to the slow ones. I didn't know that when I first was doing this. It took me forever to realize that. Then you add, and then it just makes itself. This one is a little bit more automated. Wow, we made a 1-star version of those fish tacos. Wow. All right. How much are these? So I want to see what the price of the actual windows are. Can I sell these? They're 51 each. Yeah, see, these are pretty good. They're not dessert level. Dessert gets up to hundreds per plate, which can add up quite fast because you can make like 3 at a time in most dishes. Yeah, because you can make 3 at a time in most dishes. So those are worth 51. What about fish tacos? 55. So these are actually slightly worth more, at least per plate. Yeah, see, ramen ain't worth a lot. That's why I use it for me, because ramen is easy to make. It doesn't take many ingredients, which let's make one of those right now, just to show how that one's made. So this, to give y'all an example, also, in certain recipes, you can go over here to each of these objects. If you see a square like this, you can actually choose the type of vegetable, or in this case, mushroom. Now, I don't want to use my bright shrooms because they're more rare, and they're better for alchemy. And I do think there's going to be a lot of alchemy stuff that's late game that either is going to be added to this game or is not till the end of the game. Because eventually we're going to have to mix our own flow fuel for certain batteries that I'll touch on when we do the story next time. So I am not using these. So we use the most common mushroom found in the world, the mountain morel, or the mountain morel, or I'm not sure how you say that, morel? Always forget how you say it. But and then it takes one mushroom, 1 egg, 1 wheat, 1 wild garlic. And then we just prep and we do the same thing. Some of them are about the same from each other, and some are way less steps. This is why ramen. I did it too soon. It lagged a little bit. This is why ramen is the easiest one to not only get XP, it doesn't take as many ingredients, it has the few steps possible, and it gives you a decent amount of focus back for your bonus XP bar that's at the top left, which is why food is important as well. Like, okay, so I'm going to make this twice to show you what I mean. So let's add ingredients, let's stir. I want you to see how much XP this gives, and then I'm going to fill up my focus bar. So 3 ramen, collect. Note that only gave 93. Now watch this. Or at least I think there's diminishing returns. This actually is one thing we're about to find out together, because there's one thing I'm not sure on. So let's eat all 3 of those to get all the way back to the top. Cancel. Cook it again now that it's max. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That might have taken a bright shroom. Hopefully it wasn't. But, I think it takes the most common stuff first, and then we'll resort to rare items if there's nothing else. Don't quote me on that. Hey, make some 3 stars that time. So, okay, it's not diminishing returns. So, when your focus bar runs out, you will make nowhere near as much experience. But once again, food is pretty easy to master in this game after you try it a few times and get used to it. You don't have to maximize into it. Ramen is unlocked at level 2, I think. It's either level 2 or level 3 cooking. You'll get the stove and you'll get the ramen recipe. One or the other. And then you can kind of just use the ramen as your main way of getting your focus back up. Now I'm hungry. Hey, those chocolates better not be for dish. What do you mean? Not at all. Not at all. She didn't totally went to 3 while we're on stream. And then we might as well do this while we're on stream. And Zeki gave me a random coin because I bought stuff from his store, aka the chocolates. And more tomatoes have been born. That's a weird way to say that, I just realized. More tomatoes. Which we will hold on to these just like last time until all the crops are harvested for another big... What's it called? Oopsies. Okay. Put it up here. This is my selling bar now. Chad, this is what I put stuff to sell. This bar is for my seeds when I decide to plant. There's no reason to keep them in there right now, but alright, let's head into town. As he tells Tish there's fake chocolate that causes explosive diarrhea going around. Wow, that's terrible. I'll just tell her what it means, and then she can tell me that that's been happening, and then I'll tell her, I'll just don't eat it. It's all right. It was just for the message. And then nothing matters that you said. You can't beat this Sao. Damn king. Oh, man. Anyways. It's great. Well, I got Celia as the governor on now. Want me to send you the screenshot on Discord? Before I... Sure? How did you... What? What do you mean you got him as a governor on your planets in Stellaris, I assume? The frick? The heck happened there? Oh, that was funny. All right, first lucky coin, then we head to the lucky lady. I do love that letter she sent us after she went to level 3. She was like, just for who you may concern, I have a new wedding style theme in, but there's no pressure if you don't want to buy it. And I'm like, okay. Oh man, alright. Lucky coin time. Oop, right here. What are we getting? Gold! I love gold! Oh man, that's Alright, so do I just give it to her as a gift? How does this work? By the way, I'm on the Elderwood quest line now. Jesus. I was, see, James, not James. Tam King is ahead of me in story. Like, Tam King's destroying me when it comes to story. I am nowhere near that point where he's at. Tam King's basically almost at the end of the current story as it is right now, where it is in the game.
Don't you just love the wind in the valley?
So, first off, triangle. If you go out logging, I wouldn't mind some planks. I forget this. It's also why I do love her. She's way more down to earth. This is a good character for. This would probably be someone in real life I would actually like too. To be fair, this is kind of the personality I vibe with. Like I'm not even gonna front. I'm more of a country girl kind of guy, anyways. But let's see. So enchanted planks. I don't have those yet, though. I'm working on almost being able to take those out. The problem is we found out we need 2 people. Well, you either need to have the most overpowered weapon higher than the level of tree that you're killing. I said it that way specifically because the tree has HP in this situation, and you have to get past the HP bar regenerating because the tree has Wolverine powers and can heal itself. So I've been working on those new rustic furniture sets that are required more than me and Ref can collect on our own. Let me chat with her first. Do you like the furniture? I made most of the pieces myself. My family comes from a long line of carpenters, going all the way back to the time of the first council. Wow. Alright, will this work on the first try? Oh my dragon. It's happening. It's finally happening. Okay, sorry. Let me catch my breath. That means yes, right? Of course I accept. Honestly, I was going to give these to you tonight. Okay, wow. Holy flashbacks, Batman. Whoa, game. See, this is what I mean. This has been a little bit closer to home than I was expecting. Asked me out first when I was younger. Oh, but at the same time, I appreciate that because if you're gonna have a game that has these kind of things in it, you do want to have. You won't be able to do this for everybody, but this is what a good broad brush painting with a broad brush on a certain character style and personality does. It allows you to kind of essentially suit some of those personalities a little deeper. Plus, I think the writing in this game is a lot better with certain characters than I've seen in the past with others. As far as down there. Wait, she's giving you what? Ha! It's like, I was gonna give you these tonight. So this is just a coincidence. Here, now we can both think of each other every time we see our gifts. Flirt. Now it just says flirt. You're here. How was your day? And I hope it was good. It was great. That's wonderful. You deserve every good day that comes your way. I really mean that, sweetie. Already. Yep. 100%. 100%. Wow. Well, we win.
Of you.
Oh, okay. Well, that voice line changed real fast. But to be fair. Also, I have another box of chocolates. Yeah, I guess I could can you actually eat these? No. So, technically, I wouldn't do this in real life, by the way, but in video game terms, that means that this game has a mechanic loop. Because why would it give me another box of chocolates in that case? Because it's like, so I do think the game does want you, technically, just because gameplay mechanics wise, it would get you certain benefits of certain items, like I said, and quests that you wouldn't have access to otherwise, to romance everyone. But Tish is the only real one, though. That is still hilarious. My first gold bar. I didn't craft that game. I like it thinks I crafted that and gave me the reward for that. I did not craft that. I just got that out of a lucky, what's it called? I'm gonna put that in my chest. Actually, can we decorate with it? I don't think we can place. Actually, no, I don't think you can place it. Can you? Actually, I don't know where that goes even. Where does that even go? Unless it disappeared, that'd be hilarious. It's funny. Okay, so wait. I wonder if I can use, like, yeah, if let's say I don't use this again. I wonder if since this is chocolate, can it be used in a chocolate recipe? Guess we'll find out at some point. Let me see. But all right, nice. So what does that say in the relationship tab now? What's the difference now? I mean, obviously now her bottom bar is going to start going up. God, she's at the very bottom. What the hell is that key? Oh, wait. Just realized what that is. That's the key to her room. Is Tish's friendly demeanor just part of her persona, or could there be something more? And let's see, romance. Romance level 1. Reach a higher level of relationship level with this villager to unlock this quest. And then we get a heart quest, which I think this means is when she fully becomes truly, truly a part of our lives. I don't think she'll, unlike Stardew Valley, I don't think the characters move in with you. I don't think. I actually don't know. I don't think they do, at least. I mean, I can prep for that if that's the case. I'll buy the recipe for the wedding stuff, and I'll just build it if that's like something that can be done in this game. But I don't know. And then, of course, you get a picture of her at level 4 that you can put anywhere in your house, I assume, as a decoration. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Like I said, there's certain things, and you'll get a buttload of renown. This is also why romancing people is part of kind of a mechanic thing in this game, is it'll give you a ridiculous amount of renown, I've heard, if you romance the characters. So, if you really wanted to mid-max the hell out of this game and you weren't doing it for actually trying to roleplay it, you just wanted to get everything and max out your character and do all that jazz, that probably would be the best bet to get the most renown in the game. Just romance everybody. Just riz everyone under the sun. Tish is dead to me now. I threw her picture in the bed. That's funny. She's dead to me. you can't let it get to you, Ten King. Sometimes you just have to move on. Oh man. Alright, watering can. Let's water our garden. Get our garden moving again. Get it perfectly right. You'll get all 3 of them at the same speed. We are getting a chance. Alright, now for you. So what does that look like? Yeah, this is how you tell. By the way, certain crops give certain bonuses to other crops that are beside those crops. So you can see some crops have bonuses or 2 bonuses at a time, depending on where they are. Layout of your crops is quite important depending on what you're trying to focus on. So. But, alright. Check my trees, see if they're thirsty. Yep. When you're gonna give me another seed tree, you look like you're almost fully grown. Oh, this flower is now grown up. joined a new server. Server must have switched. There's a tree back here somewhere, right here. Already watered you. Let's head over here. Still no seeds from either of you yet either. You look like you're about to be. Not quite. Alright. You need that worm machine for fertilizer. Yeah, that's my next thing. If we had been able to start earlier, that was actually my plan in the stream, was to do some story, do some fishing to upgrade to get the worm machine from Einar, and stuff like that. And it's like, so I do wish you could start over with another character. Like, I wish you could have at least one or, like, at least, I know it's kind of hard to have multiple characters in some servers and stuff like that to be possible for everyone. But I do wish you could have at least one other character, maybe two. So you could kind of roleplay different characters and lifestyles. Because I don't want this character to have to go away from what he's going to end up being. So you could roleplay others. So I would kind of like that, maybe to make a new one. Because then we could use Jane, right? We could use, or sorry, Jara. I need to use her new name that I gave her and never do. We can use Jara as our main template for that, and then I can let chat decide what we're doing if we ever do that kind of thing. But I don't think you can do a new character. So that's why I can only do kind of tidbits and show you guys certain things. So, but we can complete this mission before we end. So, take the fabric. We need one potato. 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 Return to Hecla. Let's go to Hecla. Let's see. YouTube hid my comment. Oh, yeah, they're terrible that way sometimes. I said something about turning Sealy into food. Well, I mean, maybe it didn't like you were talking about turning harp seals into canned meat. I don't know, it'd be weird like that sometimes. It's like some things I get, but it's weird because it'll block stuff like that on YouTube, right? But then there's other stuff on YouTube people will say that it should block, but it does not. And I'm like, alright. Let's talk to Heckler.
Human?
Yes, human? Many thanks for the procurement of these items. Here is some sustenance as thanks. Please think of me as it passes through your digestion system. God, I love the robots in this universe. It's like Claptrap had a family. I mean, all these robots have Claptrap personalities. They're friendly, but kind of crazy. Like the good days of Claptrap. Have you yet found even Club? But sadly, not even Claptrap himself will make me pay $80. Sorry. No. Sorry, I had to poke there. That bear is gonna have to be pretty substantially impressive for me to give a crud about its buying it compared to its original versions of that game. So we'll see. Same thing with a certain other game too. Time will tell. Otherwise, have you found the vault where I was first awakened? Not yet that I know of. It is just over the hill over there. My master's things are no longer in the area. Well, besides me. I suppose I am still one of her things, even though she is no longer living. I wonder if that's the... Hold on. Wait a minute. This game has a really cool, deeper narrative that it hides beneath conversations that tie to other characters in this in this lore, in this universe. I wonder if that's the lab that I be going to here near the village. There's a secret lab near the village over at the top of the mountain that you can get into that I found. There's several like types of labs that lead to these other robots that you can tell were being built but never got finished that I've been finding.
Please come again.
Please come again. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, no, we need to go see Ray. We've turned that in. Do I have any other quests we can do on stream if the quest bar doesn't break? It did not, thank goodness. So we can't do that. That ain't gonna be for a while. That glider upgrade ain't happening anytime soon. I can't get any flow infused planks at all. And I'm not high enough level with, I think it was Tish that actually gives me this to get silk. Like, I need to be a furniture maker 6 or something? It's either furniture or something else. I cannot remember who gave it to me. But someone has to be really high level before I can get that. Before I can get silk and make it. I can make leather. Stone bricks is stupid easy. Only the flow infused planks and the silk right now are kind of out of my reach. And that's for the Tiny Tina of this universe. I literally mean that. Oh yeah, we got to do that. That also we could have done while fishing at the same time. This is also a side quest we could have focused on if we had more time tonight. I found this in the lighthouse. It's a book about a person who used to own the lighthouse, and they used to throw letters off their dock to try to send a message to someone they used to care for that left the village because they had a quarrel a long time ago. So you're supposed to go to the edge of that dock next to the lighthouse and just keep fishing until you get all of the letters, which there are 3 of them. And then this is our new quest from our lady of the house, or future lady of the house. Tish is working on new furniture set she wants her help building. So we need to craft the industrial bed, so we're going to have to buy a bunch of stuff from her. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the background off stream. Because we won't have time to do that on stream. I can do that myself. This also helped me work on my furniture level. Because I do actually have the ability to buy those exact recipes right now from her. So this technically also gets her key. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense because the key isn't related to her romance. It's actually related to her friendship more technically, even though we are also romancing her. Also, rage redecoration. You ever have one of those days? Tish is working on a new furniture set. She wants your help building some of the pieces. And then a look to die for gel. Oh, it's just 5 shells. Hold on, wait a minute. I can do that now. Let's head back to the house. If it's just normal shells, I think I have enough. I've been collecting them over time. Every time I'm around the beach. I might have just enough. Let's go look. Complete some quests for the villagers for the stream. So we've done at least some progress. Like I said, I was hoping to do more, but we got home way too late. But at least I got to show this game off. I highly recommend this game, by the way. If you're looking for almost like a lifestyle kind of sim game, simulator type game that's free to play online, and it's really fun, gives you so much to do, doesn't make you feel like you have to pay out of your pocket to keep playing the game. You can play it at your own pace, fast or slow. It's so good. Got pretty good character design and personality choices of the different varying types of like characters that you would see in a lot of games that people might like or talk to or be able to want to interact with and talk and do quests for or romance. The The story itself about the human society vanishing because of a certain incident that happened with the flow, which is, by the way, you notice those wood planks are infused with it. That's that stuff that the humans got in trouble with. Um, uh, what is it? My brain. I'm trying to think what else you can do. I mean, yeah, and just like I said, you can do quests, do stories, and then pretty much, I think after that, I mean, there's not really too much more to say yet. There is the free pet coming for everyone who doesn't want to get a premium pet. That way you can have a pet as a starting pet, basically as a courier, so you have someone to run back and forth for you. To be able to deliver stuff. I think you can also have it deliver stuff to people, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I heard something about that maybe it'll deliver stuff to either other players or maybe it's other NPCs, or maybe both. I'm not really sure. So, but then they're adding that, and they're going to be adding at some point. They've talked about adding animal husbandry. So if you don't want to just do crops, if you don't want to do crops and farming, you can do animals. Basically, kind of like Harvest Moon allowed. They'll probably. I have a feeling that the sky's the limit. I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of stuff get added to this game. Like I feel there's technically not a blacksmith, but there's not really need for a blacksmith. There's already one in the village, but really, to be fair, realistically, all she's probably really doing overall is making metal for housing and furniture and maybe some of her own weapons, because Sifu used to be a monster hunter. Because there are monsters in this universe, which shows me that there might be fighting in the future too. They might even add like dungeon diving type mechanics and things for people to co-op and to be like an adventurer kind of lifestyle kind of situation. Or maybe make the joke and call it the Tomb Raider lifestyle. You couldn't do that because they'd probably get in trouble. But basically, go on an adventure, find some loot, some treasure, come back, do that kind of thing. Maybe fight some monsters, some things like that. That'll probably be added more for that, I feel, at some point. I don't know when that'll be, and that's not necessarily a thing that needs to be added either, by the way. It's just, I have a feeling it will be at some point for the people who want to be more adventurous and want to have a bit of that extra Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley did have combat in it too. It did have an adventurous side to it, where you could go into these little places, fight little monsters and things that give you certain resources for certain items anyways, and it was also a part of the story in some places. So I could see that becoming a thing as the story evolves, that maybe eventually something happens, and then now combat is needed. And then that kind of gives a reason to add a new lifestyle into the game for people to pursue. But right now, I think it's too early, and I probably won't worry about that too much. And there's nothing, and that's completely fine. So, Kenyatta is where it's at now. I mean, that's a good choice. I recommend Kenyatta or Tamala, the one in Behari Bay. Either Tamala or Kenyatta. Kenyatta's a good second, though. Kenyatta's pretty awesome. The one once you really start like upgrading her friendship and she opens up, she is actually really hilarious. And the reason why she was also my other choice is my other part of me, like in real life, is someone I would be somewhat interested in. She's a super geek, like I am, when it comes to certain things. She reads like murder mystery novels and stuff like that, and it's like she's a pretty cool character. Let's see. Ardna, would you not take this seal to the back of the barn and the old drummer and you saw this? Wait. His main perk, seal designer, gives 2,000, wait a minute, gives plus 2,000 to crime, minus 1,000 to stability, with a 500% leader food upkeep. Who modded this? Did you create this mod for us here? Did Darius? Did y'all find a mod that's like some seal that behaves like what's his name from from the what's it called district in Final Fantasy VII? The Dawn. Did you find the Dawn of Seals? It's like, is there a mod for this? All right, wait, what did we want for? I kind of got. Oh, shells. One shells. Let's do that before we wrap it up. Wait, that might be in here, huh? No. Fish? I forgot where shells is. Oh, here we go. I can't remember how many. Let me check. 5. It's also market. Okay. Let's go turn this into Joe. He'll be at his house. We'll have to go to his house, sadly. Sometimes since the days work inside faster than real time, but on their own like real time kind of basis. Meaning there's no sleeping in this game because it's an MMO. You actually can't skip time, which is I understand why that's a thing, just because it's an MMO. But sometimes I do wish it was a thing, just because I like to sometimes reset the villagers like where they are, which that's exactly why it's not allowed. Because I thought about that, that would be impossible. Because out here, all the main play you jump into a server where everyone is at the same time. Oh, he's not asleep. Interesting. I've never really talked to him at this time of night. But yeah, I kind of realized that would be impossible programming wise, just because you have all these people who come into this one region and it's part of the server at the same time. He's still in his office, but upstairs. Oh, he's leaving. Okay.
Good company is always welcome.
And all this work is never done. But perhaps conversing with you will give me some such needed inspiration. Chat with Joe first. I swear I saw the most beautiful creature roaming the outskirts of the Elder Woods the other night. Others are afraid of it and call it a monster. I haven't been to the Elder Woods yet. Everyone keeps saying there's a monster in the Elder Woods. I want to know what it is. But I believe it's just misunderstood. I can see that. And see, I brought you something. The shells I needed for my dye. Thank you so much. With this act, you have become a true patron of the arts. May I one day prove worthy of your patronage. He leveled up too. Beautiful. And he gave me fabric. I should have completed your mission first. You would have helped me finish the other mission, but that's alright. I need fabric anyways. I'm going to be making a lot of it soon. To make a ton of furniture.
Toodaloo.
So, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Alright, who else do we want to talk to while we're here? But we haven't really actually met in the village yet. Who is that? That's the farmer's wife. So let's go talk to her, meet her for the first time. Delilah. Delilah?
It's been a hard day.
No, Delilah,
but
yeah.
nothing a good chinwag can't cure.
The boys keep telling me to take a break. But who has time for that? I hear you built yourself quite a homestead. Way to go. There's nothing like the feeling of a job well done. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll settle down and fill that house with a fish. Is that a hint? This is the first time I've heard anyone mention babies in this game. Like, so far the game has kind of avoided saying that maybe the character can have a lineage of any kind. Because that was the thing in Harvest Moon you can do. And I think Story of Seasons added it as well. You can actually have a baby. And I don't know if it can grow up or not. I think it can, but I don't know. I know one of them maybe, but I say it's from the secret mod I gave you. Really, it is. That's good to know. Okay. Yes, I have not mentioned that secret mod, and I will not yet. I will not tell them until the time comes. That's gonna be a side funny thing we're gonna do, because I do have several Stellaris series planned ahead of this, for the future. First will be our James's attempt to alter history for his for his Xeon baby Zaku, his Xeon baby Zak. Actually, you know what, baby Zaku. Um, and then the second major stream, unless it ends up we do the other one first, where I mess with them with the secret mod first. Um, it'll either be the secret mod after the alternate history, and then after that, it'll be me and James's historic rematch of Stellaris epic proportions, the rematch of a history, the battle that started it all, the first time James ever played Stellaris when a certain Prime was still around and was a part of those streams. What was I gonna say? Uh, where James may or may not have, because he didn't know what he was doing at all at that time. It was our fault for not really teaching him first. But you know how James is. He also prefers to learn by fire. So, which I gave him that said fire. So, where he may or may not have been consumed by a hive mind to feed the growth of the hive, to perpetuate me to victory in that playthrough against the others. May or may not have happened. So that rematch, now that James knows what he's doing, will be happening in the future, where James will attempt for the first time, now that he knows not to be consumed, and also to agree to be a vassal out of nowhere. You will be seeing the rematch. I don't know what species he'll end up using. I'm letting him decide that. Since he didn't really have a species fully yet that he had made of his own until after all that. So. Oh, did it? Good. If I had hands right now, chat, I'd be like that roach from that Family Guy or the American Dad cartoon. Good, and be rubbing my hands together. That giant roach that was from. Oh man. It's like, but yeah, that's very good to hear. Thank you for telling me that, Farzer. But thanks to a certain DLC, I will be predominantly purchasing next month for Stellaris. My beautiful creation that is the Xeno life form will be perfected, and I do mean perfected, because as you all know, I've been each version gets a little better, but I've always had to kind of change certain things that don't make sense, that just ain't working. And we can create both versions. Also, another thing, not only that, I couldn't make the red versions of them very well either, because they behave different and are birthed into reality closer to kind of what the goddess does of xenomorphs, is what the red ones are more like. So they're a little different. I couldn't make either of them perfectly, but now I have no words. And then the planet management change. I may or may not have done just a dry run with a random hive mind, because all hive minds share this one thing that they can do with their planets. Boy, do I love the planet management change as a hive mind. It is the most tasty thing in the entire change to all of Stellaris. And I haven't even tried the machines yet. I'm ignoring that on purpose for the moment, because he will be made after I do the xenomorphs. Then I'll make, and then after that, we're gonna have some old Blast from the Past series. Stellaris is gonna get a huge chunk of series on my channel for a while, coming up in the near future, because of what I'm gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing a huge bunch of Blasts from the Past that we didn't get to finish. One we rised from the wolf's will be risen from the wolf's grave. There's gonna be a ton of redos on these things to kind of show off the betterment and the better changes and how they can behave so much better in these new versions that are be able to be made in the current Stellaris. So, which is what I'm going to be planning on over time going forward. So, Machine Empires are amazing with the management change, and there's a Skynet portrait mod. Good to know. I might use that, even though I'm not trying to make Skynet directly, although that would be fun. Just for Malix in general, there's ways to destroy entire planets now, consume entire planets now in different ways, and just we can even create the Borg now. Like the Borg are possible now. Malix is easy as hell now. The Wolf shall return because now the Federations are. Wow, that's all I will say. I thought they were somewhat broken when they got going originally. Because, like I said, I played Jaburo to what it is. It is a Federation. So I've been testing it using Jaburo. I've gotten to see what the Federation is already like with the changes. And it's just, ooh. It's like the wolf is just sitting in the shadows, hungry once more. And see. But either way. Or just figure out which modded empire can build the glory and wipe the galaxy. Yeah, that's true. But either way, it's gonna be great. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. We've got a lot planned for that. Let's see. And then when she said, "Who knows? Maybe one day, maybe who knows? Maybe one day you'll settle down and fill that house with a few wee babies, or a few wee babes, or at least a couple of screaming peckies." It's messed up.
Have a good one.
Messed up. All right, Delilah. I see you now. I see you, Delilah. I see what you're saying. You trying to say I don't have no riz? All right. Want me to link the ship mods for Fenrir, or do you want to use SB? Ooh, that's a good point. Ooh. Do I want to use SBY? To be fair, I say still link them. You know what? Still link me the Fenrir ships, because as much as I want to use SBY mod, I'll decide when the time comes. But I kind of want Fenrir to have its own identity. So I may not do that. I may keep SBY just be SBY. We're going to definitely do a series on that as well, just to show off the craziness that is the SBY mod. By the way, if anyone doesn't know what SBY is, Space Battleship Yamato. It's a mod based on the anime. The anime. Can't talk. Getting tired. We're going to wrap it up, by the way, here in a second. It's midnight. I need to get off here. I'm probably going to go to bed here soon. I gotta use the restroom and stuff, but we definitely gotta go call it for tonight. We don't sadly have time to do too much more. Oh, before we do that, if it hasn't broken yet. Nope, still good. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Oh, hold on, I gotta unmark this one. Mark that one. Because this is now my primary quest. We have to do... Oh, do at least 3 of the following. You don't need to do all. Wonder if it'll let me do all of them. I mean, it's not like I couldn't. I would just upgrade my furniture making skills, which would be nice. She is right. This is going to level me up at the same time. So, that's nice. But yeah, definitely link me the ship mods for Fenrir. So if I decide that I want to keep them their own personality, which is probably what I'll do, I would rather them have something on that for them. Because I'll probably be looking up if there's any, depending on how the machine ships are and how they kind of look. I might also be looking up some mods that kind of add some machine-looking ships for Malix at some point to help his flavor look a little bit better too. Most of the mods I'm going to be doing are all going to be aesthetic. We have no reason for mechanic mods. There's just so much in Stellaris now, you really don't need it anymore. Like, the sky's the limit now. Stellaris has just become a whole nother beast. So, which I do love it for that. I just wish console had not been ignored. That's my only negative towards the developers that handled Stellaris and things like that. I really wish Paradox had not just kind of thrown the console version to Clausewitz like it was nothing and kind of ignored it and didn't really give it a lot of love. I really feel like that they should have kept that inside the same house. Because a lot of the console players were disappointed because we didn't get the game that we see other people playing. And that's a big qualm with my kind of situation with that. If you can't bring your game fully as it is, this is my same thing with World of Warships, even though they have no excuse. Stellaris has somewhat of an excuse, technically, in the background. But because RTSs are always a pain to make work on console to a certain extent. It's not hard. It's been proven it's not an impossibility by any means by several companies now, but at the same time, comparatively, it's still harder than a normal game, but it's the same reason why I kind of just couldn't do Legends anymore with World of Warships, because I was just tired of looking at the PC version and felt like I'm being cheated. More so than Stellaris. Stellaris is just, sadly, that's just how it ended up. But with World of Warships, that was on purpose. They chose to not give us the PC version and gave us the mobile version instead, thinking this would make a difference in the gameplay and that people would be okay with that. So that's why I can't stand it. It's like every time I see a World of Warships PC video, I'm like, it's just depressing. Because my brain goes, well, that's definitely not console. And I did like World of Warships. I was a big fan of it on PC, and I would play it if I was playing it on PC. But I just won't play the console one anymore. I just can't. There's just certain games out there I've just kind of decided I'm just done with that. Smite's like that. It's like where it ended up. Legends is like that for me. SnowRunner, to be fair, is like that for me as well. For different reasons, but, well, similar reasons, but it's just sometimes there's certain games when they make weird choices for too long or too hard, it's like, I'm not going to commit this much time to it if you're not going to give me the same respect that the other consumers on a different platform got. Especially when the product already exists. In most cases, these products don't already exist. Or in most cases, most products don't already exist, but in the case of like World of Warships or Stellaris, they did. But who knows? And see, I know the mod and it has custom ship sets and flagships. Okay. That should work. That should give me enough ships to mix it in there and make different things for my different factions. And it's impossible not to get addicted to the UI overhaul mod. Oh, I agree. I do like the UI overhaul mod. I can't play without it now. It has things in such better positions. It's the same UI, it's just certain things are moved around into places where you would like, yeah, I'm kind of weirded out they didn't think about that. But UI is one of those things that it's a hit and miss no matter what. So it's just, and hindsight's 2020 on UI as well. You can think you have the best UI in the world or not, or even the worst. you may be completely wrong either way. Just because UI is not a easy thing to get right in general, depending on the game, because that also matters a lot. Each game requires a different level of what is accepted UI wise, whether it's too cluttered or too empty or too bland or too punch you in the face. It's like so. But either way, I think we're gonna call it here for here, chat. My beautiful little start of this home that will eventually be a great mansion where the Tanuki Police Department will live. one day, and you think I'm joking, Jay? You think my obsession for this game is not high enough to build that much furniture to fill this house out the right way? Even if I have to stack tables together to make the table look right in the dining room, I will do it. Even if, and this is what's going to be the nightmare fuel. Even if I have to make 200 portraits, picture frames to hang on a wall in different positions, I will. I can't do it in Minecraft right now, so this is my only game to do it in. I actually do have that itch right now, and I need to tell James that because I am kind of in that mode and getting to that point where I want to be doing these types of games more and more. So, at some point, when James can't do it right now, but when the Mad Lad gets his schedule and he knows when his 5 days a week fully sets in, which will be happening sometime next week or this coming week, might have already happened. It will be starting to work just for anyone watching his stream 5 days a week. So he will be streaming a little bit less than normal. But not only is it going to benefit him for what he's trying to do and stuff as well, but also he'll be able to do more stuff for the channel and kind of get more games here and there when he's able. So, for whatever he wants to do, or something he's interested in, for content for the channel as well. So, his schedule is going to be a little loopy-de-loop right now, but big shout out to him. But yeah, at some point when he gets more calmed, like into a calm state, and he's able to have like more time to know when his days off are going to be between his 5 days, that's when I think I'm going to hit him with like, all right, now we need to discuss when we're starting our server. At some point here soon. You dare speak my name? Yes, I do, Siege. Of course I do. Also, of course, Sealy followed you in here. Let's see. I had a sense someone killed me. Why would you do this, Fossier? Well, by our not, Sealy, you were embezzling half my empire's food stocks. You see, well, and then Farsi also said, well, by our not, there is a Helldivers Terminid with custom organic ships as well. Wow. That's cool. So even Helldiver factions are starting to get stuff. Makes sense. Most sci-fi factions probably would have some sort of mod or portrait or anything. Ship set, things like that, so. But yeah, like I was saying, James, I was letting them know about your schedule and that your schedule was changing. But at some point down the road, we need to talk about that server that needs to be started, but we're never going to do it. Plus, like I said, I'm getting into that point where I'm getting into that mode where I'm finally like into these games more than I ever was when I was younger. Mostly because I'm an old man. No, I'm just kidding. Not really, not yet. I'm getting there. But also because I'm really starting to get into the content of doing my own thing. I'm starting to want to create more, like, and this is something I've been trying to work on. Hint to you, chat, what my progress I've been making in IRL. since I know I can't do robotics at the moment, I have been trying to find every which way in real life right now, and video game wise, stream wise as well, to a certain extent, well, within reason of my resources, to be as creative as I can right now, and to start taking chances because I was always playing it too safe in some cases, and also to just start motivating my mind. So the more creative things and the things I get to create, irony in that since the mod we're using in Minecraft, but um, the more things I get to create now, the more my brain is filtering further and further and further in the direction I want it to go, and it's getting stronger, which is what I want because I lost a lot of that training and motivation when I was young. So I am reinstituting it slowly. And so, wait a minute, I forgot I sent you the screenshot in a private DM or not. What you talking about okay, I'll check it out. Talking about on Discord, I assume. I'll check it out and see when I get off here off the stream. Also, yeah, don't forget that ship set thing, the custom ship sets, because like I said, we are going to be doing a lot more Stellar, or at least me in general, not just even including what the Mad Lad and me and Darius are doing. Mad Lad's rematch to not be consumed by the hive mind. Uh, by my hive mind and things like that. I am going to be doing a buttload more Stellaris coming towards the middle to end of this year. Now, I'm saying it that way. It could happen a lot sooner. I'm just saying it that way to stretch it out. Because we've got a lot of other series I already have planned right now, including the one that's happening at the end of this month. Because I am getting the deluxe edition. So we're going to be playing on the 24th and something of next month. So it is at the end of the month. So we'll have that whole beginning of that month to finish its predecessor, much like I did with Doom, to beat the previous one. But unlike Doom, we didn't finish it. Like I didn't actually get through that game and get to see the story and enjoy it. So now with me being back into gaming fully and trying to get my brain like flowing with the creative juices and good story writing or any other type of creativity, I'm really looking forward to redoing this game towards coming this up week. You're gonna see it this week. This coming into this coming week, this next week I should say, you're going to see it. Doom will be first in the for most of that week, and then towards the end of that week, we're going to start the other game that leads into the sequel. So let me read all this stuff I'm missing. Along with finally getting the damn shaders working on my PC, I created a mod pack that added world gin and dinos, but I couldn't add them horror mods. Too creepy. So oh, you're talking about PC? Yeah, or Minecraft. My brain. You tried to do the horror mods. Those are fun. That's also why I want to get back into Minecraft. I didn't realize how many weird mods there are. There is actually a xenomorph mod that kind of works like. There's also one for the Thing. It's like a parasite mod where the parasites take over the map eventually, and it's like the Thing, the movie The Thing. And I'm like, that's actually really dope. I'm not gonna lie. Along with some other stuff I've seen. The Sealy governor who tried to turn my planet into Gotham City. I am Batman. I am the Bat Seal. Let's see. Also, my class of differential equations is being annoying with the homework. But yeah, I have Minecraft on PC now, so you can join in when we do that. We do start this. So we don't. Once again, I don't know when this is gonna happen, but like I said, we're playing this by ear because I want this to be on James's terms because he's got a lot on his plate right now. So when he's able to get that going, we are going to definitely get us all in there. At least everyone who can play it on PC. Sadly, we can't do this on console. I wish, because then we could include everybody. But sadly, the console version of Minecraft is insuperior. That's the best, nicest way I can put it. And so, but there's a lot of that stuff coming up and things like that, and all the stuff that I want to do with creativity going forward. Though, let's see, damn. So Bedrock got nothing on. No, no. That's like trying to compare a chicken to a dodo. The dodo is so much more riz and so much more epic in every way, but also is rarer because most people can't run the mods half the time. Because the Minecraft mods can be a little bit crazy sometimes, and they do have a tendency to crash. And it does have to do with shaders. Shaders are, excuse my language, but not as bad nowadays. But shaders are, ay, 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 ay. Especially as a modder. I mean, I know from the fact one, from the modding, from what I learned in school, plus what I've learned from other modders, and also just when you download mods and you start working with mods, even when you're not doing them yourselves, you start to see how much stupidity starts to happen when the shaders get out of control and they break. It's a modder's worst nightmare because it can cascade into a lot of breaking and through a lot of things that have to be fixed all at once. So, you see, Minecraft mods are crazy, man. I had this one that made zombies chase you if you bleed and get curious around light sources. Oh, there's a mod where there's actually a zombie virus. Where if you get hit by a zombie, you have to cure it or it'll turn you into a zombie and it will kill you. There's all kinds of mods. There's a mod where you can be Venom. Don't worry about that mod. I didn't notice that mod at all, or I didn't say that mod specifically out loud. Not at all. Also, you're really having SCP, FNAF, and Xenos in one pizzeria? Not at first. No, that'd be psychopathic. Also, not in the pizzeria. That's too small. That building isn't big enough for that. The megaplex. That's what they'll all be in. Then they can fit. Because then they can have sections to the megaplex. I actually have an idea for my megaplex that varies differently. I was gonna go 1-to-1 and make the FNAF megaplex from the one we never beat, which I'm still mad at myself for that. At some point when we get into our horror games again, and we end up on that theme, we're gonna beat it. We're gonna go back and beat it. I cannot accept I did not beat that FNAF when I've beaten most of the others. I was really sad with myself. It's like, and a lot of it was YouTube because I allowed myself to kind of get roped in because I love watching a certain somebody play those games. Kind of ended up spoiling myself, but that was on me. We are still gonna beat it though, because there's still one ending I never saw, which is the ending we'll go for when we do it. So, let's see. Also create added cars, drivable cars. Oh God, Minecraft gets more insane every time I see it. I like at this point it's not even Minecraft; it's just every other game in existence, but in Minecraft graphics. I mean, I've seen people do like I said, superhero mods where you get to play as like a Venom character, and then you have your friends play against you as like his villains. Like one guy was Null, one guy was uh they couldn't find a third one, so they had Spidey. But one guy was Null, one guy was Carnage, one guy was Spidey. And then the main character had to survive and get to full power and take them all out because he could get stronger than technically they could. That's how it works. They're supposed to kill him and take him out before he can get that strong. But let's see, did you get the DLC for Containment Break? James, you say wait, Containment Break. You talking about? My brain's not working right now. You talking about Stellaris Containment? There's so many DLCs kicking around in my head right now. There's a mod that allows you to build. Okay. What in Stellaris? That's a bit crazy. God, that would hurt. Oh, I know, Sealy. Oh, FNAF Containment Break. No, yeah, we didn't get to play that either. I don't think I bought it either. We'd have to buy it. That's also why I'm upset we never beat the base game, because we never even beat the DLC when it came out. I missed a lot. And I have not actually watched Containment Break on purpose. I avoided it the entire time it existed. I did that because I was like, no. If I do this, I will not play it. Head down the road. And I've learned that I have to do that with myself, or I won't do it later. So, but either way. Oh, Minecraft. Oh yeah, no, I've seen that. Oh yeah. I've seen a thing about that. The where you literally build essentially nukes. Minecraft's a different place. It has become a different place. You can literally almost have basically anything you want. Yes, and some of them have new. Wow. I know, there's quite a lot. You can build so much stuff in Minecraft in general. And the create mod makes it even more insane. That's the big boy mod of them all. That kind of suits all the rest. Because most people have create with every other mod in existence because of what create does. It's basically the base game at this point, is what create has become. It's no longer a mod because most people just automatically use it all the time. It's kind of like the UI overhaul in Stellaris. It's just used by everybody. But either way, I gotta get ready to wrap this up. It's 12:30. Let's see, what did we see? FNAF Containment. Right, there's news. Also, this World Gen mod called Terralif adds 50 different vanilla variations of biomes, which include Yellowstone and Hot Springs. That makes sense. There's a lot of mods like that too, that add different biomes or add things that just make vanilla better. You see, and there's a mod that adds giant robots. James, we're gonna have to talk about this. Oh man, so like I said, Minecraft's a different place. Wow. What? This is what I'm saying. I really underappreciated Minecraft. We 100% getting down and dirty with the Minecraft at some points. Coming this year. No. James like no. Yes. Let's see, like the mod has conveyors and such with little robots which can make paths to grab them. I'm pretty sure Create does that. Pretty sure Create has that. You might be talking about Create. Create is pretty much a lot of that. Because Create has the most automation and things you can make in it than most mods all put together. Most of those things that are separate, you could probably find in the Create mod. It was one of the unification points Actually, that's a good example. It's one of those unification type things where it, like I said, it's become the base game versus the base game. It literally, like James said, you can build cars now, apparently, workable cars that actually drive with square wheels. I wonder if it actually bumps around or if it just moves. It'd be interesting to see all this. I'm very, very curious on some of this now. Say Creed has variant of that. James, I swear to God, everyone needs to sleep at night. I am not going to deal with the horde abominations at night. No, I mean, yeah, you realize he's the owner of the server, right? So horrors are going to be a natural thing. Things that go bump in the night that just don't make any sense, random chaos. This is to be expected when you live in Zeech land. What sleep? That's how I felt for the last 2 days, which is why I got to get off here in a second. I can talk about this all night, but I do got to get off here because in the morning I got to get up at or no, I got to get up at 8 something because I got to be there by 9 to this awareness walk for amputees and disabled. I got to be there by 9. So, oh, I could make a flying plane. What'd you just say? Yeah, what? What'd you just say? I saw that, James. I saw you were you. I saw that before it was retracted. You think I didn't read that? Oh, I could make a flying train. Oh, great. I'm gonna be so paranoid with stuff like the mimics and the stalking one. It's gonna be absolutely great. Don't you worry. The amount of chaos me and James will produce to a certain extent, we're gonna leave it balanced enough so we can create things, pun intended. But we also want some excitement, so it'll be interesting to say the least. As you can tell by James trying to make a flying train. There's airships you can create. Matter of fact, anything can fly as long as you have a specific block. Yeah, that's that's very true. That's probably what James is talking about. So prepare for a flying train. He's literally making the Polar Express, but if it had wings, or the Honkai Star Rail. I guess the Honkai Star Rail is technically a flying train because it goes through space and all that. But and see, I know the mod. Don't worry, Sealy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure James knows most mods. And if they don't, I'll show them to him and say, "We need this. This is what we need." Which James is gonna have to show me of how we get modded like characters in, like how we get modded skins for our characters in. Because there's a skin that I want specifically for my character that I'm going to be using to for our character. So that I'm going to be adding. I don't know how that works. We'll have to figure it out. Let's see, James, you stay away from my spire with that plane. Or he said train, so it'll be flying train. So you would see a train coming at you through your window in the sky. Wait, that means you can make a flying. Yeah, stopped myself there. Yes, you can. Yes, if you literally wanted to frick Sealy's tower, you could with a flying version. Like I said, Minecraft is a different place on PC, and I love it, and I cannot wait to partake of it and enjoy it, and kind of experience it because I'm behind the times and I'm aware of that. This is I know this is something that millions of people have already done, but I'm doing it out of the fun of it. I just enjoy it and want to try it out. So, choo choo, bitches. I'm aiming this train at Sealy's Spire. Let's see, I just made my own skin via a skin create website. Since a skin in Minecraft for the player. Really? Okay. You'll have to show me that, Sealy, and I don't know if James knows about that. If James knows about that, he'll have to show me as well. Interesting. So that's where I've got to go to do it. Okay. Can you make more than one or just one? You do? Okay. You'll have to show me that next time we talk. Can you make one more before I end the stream? Can you make more than one or no? Or is it just one? That look like them origami things. Probably, James said. Okay. I mean, I'll check when I do it. If it's only one, then I'll I'll create the character I'm going to be creating, which you're going to be seeing a lot more of this handsome fellow in the future. Not this version. This is just as basic I could get him in this game for right now until I buy some more costumes for this game. But you're going to be seeing him way more now. You're gonna still see Jara and other characters, but if it's just one, then you'll see probably him. But if it's two, then I'm gonna have, or more than two, I'm gonna have some exchange. Ooh, excuse me, some exchangeable ones to play into the themes of certain things that I'm gonna be doing during certain episodes. But let's see, I think there's a mod. Let's see. The only thing you can't do is create a skin that goes outside the layers. That makes sense. I think there's a mod that gives you NPCs that serve you. Good to know. I don't know if we'll get that right now. That might be a big mod and very complicated. I don't want to put too many horses on the front of the cart yet and blow up the cart before it even gets moving. The player skins has two layers, the body layer and the outside layer. You would need a player mod that allows a custom bone/layers for it to work. I mean, once again, we'll figure all that out when the time comes. And then I'll figure out what's within the reason, and James can kind of show me that too as well. And then we'll get it done, and I'll make my characters, however many they'll let me make. So, alrighty then. I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight, chat, or this morning at this point. But I hope y'all enjoyed us checking out some Palia for the first time on this channel. Like I said, if you like lifestyle sim games that are calm and more like a casual type game, and you don't want always hardcore, I'm a bit of both. I'm mostly a hardcore gamer, but I do play casual games as well. When I just don't feel like that adrenaline. So it's a great game. It's got cool characters in it. A pretty, in my opinion, decent story that's pretty cool and got some mystery to it to uncover. Cool personalities and stories and backstories of all the characters you can get to know in the village. Um, 8 different lifestyles you can kind of follow and suit to your fancy on your gameplay. Some other side stuff that you can do like that. We found out there's basically a getting over it kind of obstacle course climbing game that's hidden in Zeki's Underground that you can play with other people. There's all kinds of stuff. There's so much to this game for what it is as a casual kind of life sim style game, cartoony little game. It's fun. It's definitely worth it. Also, the customizations are pretty insane that you can get to do and all the decorations you can get for your house and the size of house you can create technically if you have the patience. Um, it gets pretty out of hand and insane, but I love it.
Let's see. Last thing, Sealy said, you can make an unlimited amount of those pings, but the launcher itself has a limit of 3 to 5, I think. No, we need chaos. Is what James said. By Ardnot, I'll link the Stellaris shipset mods tomorrow. Both the Fenrir and the machine one. Thank you, Fossier. Thank you. And I'll once I get back home, I'll download the mods and I'll check them out. I might go ahead and remake some of them. It depends, because I'm waiting till I get a little closer and so I can get paid. Because I always get paid a little earlier, right at the end of the month. So I can get the DLCs that I'm gonna get that I am missing. I've got most of them thanks to I think it was Darius and Farseer. I'm pretty sure y'all were the ones that helped me with that on PC. But I'm gonna get the ones that I'm missing, and then I'll probably start going ahead and making some of these factions just to get them out there, and then I'll add the mods and change them later for portraits and stuff like that. But that way I have a template. But y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Peace and love to everyone who joined in for this late stream of Palia. Hope y'all enjoyed. I probably won't see you guys tomorrow because of my walk thing that I'm doing. If I have enough energy when I get home, we'll do another episode of Palia and check out more of the story in this game and some of the other things you can do. If not, then I will see you all Sunday for our next stream. But I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much. Big shout out to my moderator, Farseer, as always. And of course, and technically all my moderators, Sealy, Farseer, the Mad Lad himself, and everyone on there. Let's see. And the Xenomorph, wait a minute, see, last thing. What's gonna kill me the most is James shoving me off a cliff. That did happen before. And the Xenomorph one gives you all the Xeno colors. Good. That makes me extremely happy. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. And thank you so much for joining in tonight on the stream and joining in. I hope to see y'all Sunday or tomorrow, however it works out. And peace and love to everyone in chat. Let's see. And I'll do it again, Sealy. I don't doubt it. Sealy needs to create guardrails around all of his areas he can fall off around his house, or it's going to get annoying. So remember, Sealy, guardrails are both protecting children and seals from the Lord Zeech. Not from anything else, just Zeech. Let's see. I need feather falling potions ASAP. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this stream, and thank you so much for joining in tonight. And I will see you either tomorrow or Sunday. Thank y'all so much, and see you in our next one. Bye, everybody. Bye.